The best there's ever been. Ooh, I'm the bestest. Ooh, with a jet here on this necklace. I told you I'm the bestest. Now let me hear your skull if you acknowledge and respect it. I'm the best there's ever been. I definitely play to win. I'm the best there's ever been. I'm a pretty in my city and I bet the stadiums. I'm the best there's ever been. I catch you later, Sam. I'm the best there's ever been. I'm the reason you're gritty in every city that you in. And starting at wide receivers, number 18, the best there's ever been. Here he comes, Justin.
Is it safe to call you the best wide receiver in the game?
I'm the best there's ever been.
Yo, what is going on,
good.
everybody? Yeah, it started like in the middle. It started at the end, actually, because I was playing it before the stream. So it was, already almost done, which was good. It worked out perfect. But how are you doing tonight?
I am well. It is Friday. We're here to talk some football. The NFC North has been released. So now I get to hear how you really feel.
Yeah. Great series. We're going to get into that. We're definitely going to get into that. Shout out everybody in the chat. But before we do that, we're going to talk some football. I want you to go ahead and run your intro so we can get into it. Let's go.
Let's get some of the sex appeal going.
Let's go.
Yeah. I'm back. You're back. Hail Mary long, touchdown in the zone. Texas on my mind, hook 'em till I'm gone. Steel curtains, Pittsburgh battle strong. Scope buffs to the beat, rap the fight song. College dream stadiums packed to the lid. 95 yards, let the Heisman bid. Boys in the huddle, plans never kid. From the Lone Star to the Rockies, heroism undid. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Scope buffs chin, every nerve fits. Pittsburgh sky like I love unearth it. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Lady love on the sidelines, heart in the game. Quarterbacks pass, parallel the same. Respect where it's due, never been lame. Love laughs, subscribe, the flames never tame. Blitz crush, defensive lines rewind. Buffs roar, another first down grind. Long live the gridiron, always unkind. Highlight reels, leaving trails behind. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Scope buffs chin, every nerve fits. Pittsburgh sky like I love unearth it. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Really flawed, my life ain't perfect. Hook 'em horns, showing all worth it. Unearth it. Unearth it. Unearth it. Unearth it.
Let's go.
Yay! So fun.
I like it. Shout out to that. So did somebody actually make that song for you? Like that was
So what happened was I kind of created an intro and I have all these pictures and I was like, I'm just gonna throw them together. And then somebody, shout out to Outsider, was watched me do it one time live. And he just kind of took it and made it work and made it make sense. And then he made the song and he did all of it. And he sent it to me. I didn't even ask him. He was like, he sent it to my email and I was like, this is the nicest thing ever. Nice. So any chance I get, I play it and it's fun. It's like, and it's so me. It's like just different variations, different pictures. And like, who doesn't like a little sex appeal? Listen,
for sure. I'm sure everybody's here for it. That's a fact, especially in 2025. You got that right. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
Shout out everybody in the comments. We appreciate you guys for showing up early. And then the ones that are going to tap in, we appreciate y'all as well. Listen, make sure you hit the like button. We're also streaming this on Really Flawed's channel too. So as you know, that's why we were able and blessed to see the great intro as well. You know what I mean? Because her people's tapping in too. So make sure you hit the like button even over on her side as well. We got the Skull Bro in the building. Shout out to you, Barber Fade you up, Maddie, man, Mary, Queen Mary. How you doing? Good to see
Hey,
you
Mary.
tonight. Yep, I love Mary. You know, shout out Mary. Mary gets a special shout out. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mr. I Wanna Mock. I see you in the building, man. For sure, for sure. Let me see. Let me just make sure I don't miss anybody. Norse was good, my guy, man. Appreciate you. Boom, boom, boom. I think I got Two-Tone was good, man. I see you, man. Shout out to Two-Tone, man. Eric from New Mexico, Florenda, Raquel. What's happening? Salif was good. Damn, I should have started doing shout outs earlier because there's a lot of y'all in here now. Luff, what's good? Luff, shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Hey, be on the lookout. Me and Luff next Wednesday. Adam, what's good? Adam, man. The Arthur. Sarah, shout out to Sarah in the building too. Sarah says she really enjoys our show. You know what I mean? Sarah, you
I
got
love
the women.
Sarah. You know what, Sarah? And you keep doing that job, boo. You keep
Yeah.
working hard. You
Yeah.
keep grinding. Like, I love that. I respect that, Sarah. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
keep doing you, boo.
You got the women motivated. That's a fact. You know what I mean? You got them motivated in the building. Blood Eagle Smeagol was good. Maddie Man was good. Shout out to everybody, man. We
Can
love
I be
y'all.
honest with you? I'm usually in your chat.
Mhm.
So it's so funny for me, like, not to be in the chat because I'm usually like, hey, people.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
It's funny.
well, it's good. I feel blessed because we get to actually do a show. And I know we had this show planned for, I would say, I don't know, maybe like a week, 2 weeks, maybe a week, 2 weeks, whatever the case may be. But it's super exciting. You know, I was waiting for this show only because everybody knows that she's a Steeler. I'm obviously a Viking, right? But we said, you know what? Let's have a little broader conversation about the NFL just to make it a little more fun. And to be honest with you, as a team-centric type of channel, this weekend's kind of sad. And the reason why I say that is because it's starting to I know you saw what I posted on X today. I'm like, this break's going to suck, right? And it's because now we're finally at the time where there's going to be about 4 weeks because I think, up until July 20th, I believe is when they get back rolling. But from now until then, it's going to be, players are going to be on yachts and shit. They're going to be in Italy. They're going to be, you know what I mean? They're going to be everywhere but the damn football field for the most part. You know what I mean? Except for the younger players. So it's just one of those times we got to make it through. But you said, hey, we got to make it fun. So talking about the NFL, there's always, you can find something, right?
That's what I always say. And that's why I like the NFL. I feel like you can always talk about something and everybody else is giving predictions and everybody else has opinions. Like, why don't we?
Why can't we, right? You know what I'm saying? Like facts. So today we came up with me and Really Flawed came up with 6 topics. She did 3, I did 3. We sent them to each other and kind of came together on this. And they're some great topics. And we want you guys in the chat to really get active as well. You already know, get active, answer the questions with us. You know, give us your opinion on our opinion type thing. Like, let's just get active tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday. Let's get active. You feel me? Like, it's good old Friday. And I'm excited about this. Now, I'll ask you, where do you want to start? I'll let you take the lead.
I love that. Let's start. So the series released for the NFC North. So all the NFC North teams released. So I would love to know, like, what you're thinking. How are you feeling? Did my order surprise you? A, and then did anything in the video, any episode surprise you? Like, did you hear anything that made you go, huh? And how was it watching your own episode back?
Yeah.
Because some people usually message me. They're like, this is so cool and weird. I can't remember this, but I remember all of it. So it's like that weird thing.
So first of all, I want to say, like, if anybody in the building that didn't go watch it yet, go watch it. Okay. First of all, watch it because it's a great series. Watching mine, you know, I'm kind of glad that you like have it scheduled the way you do because I forgot everything I really said. Like watching it, you know, because a lot of times you go live and you kind of, it's fresh, and then, or even if you rewatch it the next day, you kind of remember what you said. You're just going back and listening. But like yours in particular, it felt good because it felt like a new, like it just felt like I was watching. It was refreshing. Let's just say that because I'm like, dang, what did I say? I remember the questions she asked, but how did I really respond to them? And I felt like I did pretty decent. You know, as I went back and watched it, I'm like, all right, I didn't make a fool of myself. So it was pretty good. I saw the love in the comments. So great series. And I still want to thank you for having me on and letting me be the representative for the Minnesota Vikings.
Of course.
It is the Detroit Lions guy. All right. I forget his name. Sorry.
Yeah, Jason.
Jason. Yeah. If you're watching, Jason, man, you know what I mean? And I mean every word I'm saying, bro. I'm gonna just keep it real with you, Mr. Jason. Y'all are not winning the division, bro. That is a fact. All right. I know you on your high horse, but that's the one thing that I took away. It's funny because every single team believes that they're gonna be them, right? Like
always.
It's the fandom, like in all your series, especially the NFC North, is this is our year, this is our year, right? So it's hilarious to hear the Bears, which I really did like the Bears episode. I think the Bears episode was pretty good too. What do you remember what's his name?
His name's Nesby.
Nesby. Okay, yeah, I enjoyed him as well. You know, the Packers one, I watched a little bit of it, but it's hard for me. I gotta say, man, I bleed purple and go. It's hard for me to watch. Like once Packers fans start to talking, it just irritates me. Like I don't even care. Like you know what I'm saying. So I watched a little bit of it. Nothing against you. It's just against you. But
well, shame on you because I look cute in that video, so I don't know what's your problem.
Well, yeah, no, well, you know, we saw that. We saw that from the get go, right? Like we saw that from the get go, but then you ruined it when you brought him. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, you know, it's
shout out
funny.
to him though. Shout out to him.
It's kind of funny you say that because it's interesting. So when I do the series, obviously I'm a Steelers fan, but when I do the series, I get to step into that division war. I don't really know about it. And then I feel like as more people talk to me, they're also like realizing like, hey, I can kind of talk a little shit. And you know, like this is my space. And I just back off. I'm like, all right, go for it. Like, tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel. So it's always interesting to me to see who's going to talk shit and who's not.
Yeah. So another interesting thing is I think the Bears guy picked Hard Not Life for the song. I think he picked the Hard Not Life, or I think the Bears guy picked the hard. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he picked It's a Hard Not Life for the song that represents his. I appreciated that. I'll have to go back and fact check it. I know one of them did. I think it was
one of them. Yeah.
Or it was a Jay-Z song for sure. It was
definitely a Jay-Z song. I can't remember. Like I said, a lot of people don't know it's releasing now. I finished recording the series almost a month ago today.
Yeah.
So even for me, when I told you, I was like, even watching our episode, I remember them.
Yeah.
But when you're doing them and you're just recording them, and then of course I'm hard. And I'm like, did I have energy? Was I paying attention? did I do my research? And for yours specifically, I watch so much of your content. I don't know what I'm actually saying because I almost go on autopilot and I'm like, oh, I know how he thinks about this, but I'm still going to ask him. So
as a fact. No, I had a great time. Like I gotta say, I've done a series like that before with a guy named that's a Rams fan. His name's Ramley. And shout out to him, you know, like from the beginning. He kind of did that same type of ordeal, but I will tell you, like yours was put together a lot cleaner than his, not to take away from his, but yours was just like, it was very professional. It just, even watching it now, like now that it's getting released and you're watching them, like the way you just set up everyone, I mean, it's great. The backdrops, everything about it. So, we just want to make sure we give you your flowers for that, because that takes a lot of hard work and dedication to make that come to fruition. People don't understand how much work that takes, for sure.
Yeah. No, it was good. And you know what? I appreciate you watching like yours. And usually nobody knows who the West fans are. So like next week will be the AFC North. And then the week after that will be the NFC East. Yeah. And then it will be the West teams. And it's so fascinating to watch how many people are so fascinated with teams they never usually hear about. Yeah. And so people are like, oh, I didn't know this about the Rams. I didn't know this about the Seahawks. Yeah. And so it's always interesting the further west I go. So
let's go. Yeah. So that was the great thing. Hopefully I answered your question. You know, that was what was exciting about it. Is just, you know, everybody thinks they're number one. You know, it was a great conversations, whatever. You know, it's hard for us to really enjoy our enemies, when they're on there. But because it was you, we tapped in, because
There
it
it
was
is.
you.
There it
If they were on
is.
any
There
other
it is.
podcast, we weren't listening to it. We don't care what they talking about. Like nothing they say
totally-
matters.
Yeah. You know how people in my comment section, I tell people all the time, they're like, I don't want to listen to that. I'm like, don't look at them. Look at me. Focus on me. Just listen to their words, but focus on me. I dressed up for you. Just focus on me.
There you go.
So,
for sure.
but yeah,
Like, yeah,
I
we
understand.
made it happen.
It's hard.
We made it
Hey,
happen.
how do you think I feel talking to the Baltimore Ravens fan and the Browns fan and the Bengals fan?
Yeah, that would have been tough. Yeah, that'd have been tough. That'd have been tough. Nathan, shout out Nathan in the building. Shout out Chevy, Skull Diesel. Y'all tapped in. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button, man. We appreciate everybody in the building too that's showing up and showing love, man. Papa Gary, let's go. Papa Gary in the building. Let's go. Let's go, man. Shout out everybody. So really flawed. Let's get into it. And I love calling you by your even though I know your real name, I really flawed just sounds, it just rolls a lot better. Like, you know what I mean? It fits. I like it. Let's get into it. I think we should start with, we started with the first, that was the first one, which was that on the list. Let's go off of your second one and you can go ahead and read it off and or do you want to hold on?
You want me to go? You want me to go? You give me something. You give me.
Hold on. Let me see. I was about to say because maybe I think your second one is a good one that we should maybe save for.
It's a little bit more dynamic.
Let's do my first one. Let's go 1-1 and then all right. So my first one. So this was my first topic that I came up with, and it was: will Aaron Rodgers have a successful season with your Steelers? And what does that look like? And I want to touch on it too. So, but obviously the floor is yours for that. So what are you thinking about that?
It's a loaded question. I have been on record to say, I don't think Aaron Rodgers to me is a great get. Cool. We needed a quarterback. We didn't have one, all those things. I am a football woman and I know that there's more than a quarterback that helps the team win the games. And when I look at my Steelers last year, our defensive line and our offensive line struggled mightily last year. It didn't matter who was at quarterback. We looked like Patrick Mahomes looked like in the Super Bowl last year because our offensive line wasn't good. So will he be successful? I think he's going to be successful in the Steelers' definition of success, right? I think it's going to allow us to take a deep breath. And I think it's going to allow us to say, if we can just give him time, if we can just get off the field on this third down, if we can just, and I think that's good because for so long we've been worried about like, who's the quarterback? Who is it today? Okay. Who are we? So anyway, so success to me is going to look like Aaron Rodgers going out there and looking like he's in control. If Aaron Rodgers is at 50%, quite frankly, that might be better than we've had in a very long time.
Yeah.
So anything above 50 is just an additional bonus for us. And so, but again, the Steelers are built off defense, running the football. And when you're built off that, your quarterback just can't screw the game up.
Right.
So what do I think success will look like? Him, like I said, him not giving games away. We cannot lose games because of Aaron Rodgers. Period.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like, and I get what you're saying too with the Steelers. I mean, that's just Steeler football. Like you said, defense, run the ball. My concern with your team, with the Steelers is going to be with having a guy like Aaron Rodgers. Are they going to trust? Because it's Arthur. Who's your offensive coordinator?
Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith. That's right. I'm thinking
Smith,
of the Falcons owner. Okay. Yeah. Arthur Smith, which I wasn't a huge fan of him. Arthur Smith, but how he was running y'all's offense, like it felt very high schoolish at one point. I think that maybe not last year, but the year before, I believe it was. And I say that to say, when you get a guy like Aaron Rodgers, is that going to change the mindset of like, could there be a whole new transition, at least for this year in particular, just because you have an Aaron Rodgers? Are they going to trust Aaron Rodgers to pretty much carry the team like a Ben Roethlisberger? Like, hey, we're going to let him throw the ball, 35, 40 times now because it's Aaron Rodgers. He can do that. We're going to allow him to, but can he really do that? That's the real question at this time in his career.
I agree. And I think that, again, I've said this, like people who watch my Steelers content will know I say this all the time. If you're going to tell me that we have been drafting historically for the past 5 years, defensive guys, and our defense still can't go out there and get the damn job done, then you can't draft correctly. We have a different issue. And again, that's not an Aaron Rodgers issue. That is a coaching, drafting, development, defensive issue. So that's why it's kind of like, and it's, again, if I look at the totality of football, I get that you want to have a good quarterback. You don't want your quarterback, but I got all of that. However, your defense still has to do something. I mean, something. And so again, the last year, the Steelers defense, like at the beginning of the season, first 10 games, I think we were only giving up like less than 20 points, and we couldn't even score more than 20 points. Okay, now we have an offensive problem, right? But then towards the end of the season, the defense just got worse. So,
Yeah. I'm super, one thing I'll say about the NFL in general is they keep it entertaining. I feel like every year there's some type of anticipation on seeing what said player looks like on said team.
Yeah.
And I think this year is kind of, that's what it is. It was, and I would give Aaron Rodgers that maybe 2 years ago too, even though he got injured on the first game, unfortunately, with the Jets, but everybody was anticipating seeing him. What is he going to look like in New York? Not being a Green Bay Packer. Is there still something there? This year right here, I mean, he has to do something. And it was a 1-year deal, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
It is a 1-year deal. Yeah, it's a 1-year deal. I think he's getting like 13 million or something like that with a lot of incentives.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And news is out that he got married, man. I saw a couple of videos of OTAs over there, and he got the wedding ring on. I'm like, okay, my boy went to his little getaway. Are you familiar with his like darkness getaways and stuff? Are you familiar with that? Okay. I just went his retreats.
He's a character. That's why I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's my team, right? That's my squad. I'm cheering for them. Like, I'm all in. Okay. I'm all in. Yeah. I'll be watching. But I'm also in the back of my mind going, oh God.
Yeah. So what would you call a successful season from Aaron Rodgers as far as like team, the whole team, like adding the team? Like, would it be do you have to make the AFC championship game?
No, he would just have to win a playoff game.
Just win a playoff game? Okay.
All he has to, like, my expectations for the Steelers right now, that is where I'm at. And honestly, that expectation might be too high, but that's where I'm at. It's like, my expectation is somehow you scrap to get in the playoffs, you get in the playoffs and you win a playoff game. Okay. And, that's the goal. I also think the last couple of playoff games the Steelers have had, I don't think anybody as a Steelers fan thought we were actually going to win. Mm-hmm. So even if we can we make it look good? Can we not give up 275 rushing yards to Derrick Henry? Like, can we make it look like we're trying? So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting. I'm ready to see it, to be honest with you. I don't care what happens, honestly, but I'm still here to see it. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta be honest with you, really, Fly. I really don't care what happens too much with the Steelers. Only thing I care about with the Steelers is that we beat them in week 4. Is it week 4 or 5? Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I can't call it, but I tell everybody, I'm like, by the end of the season, I just hope everyone's not feeling sorry for me. Because you know how, like, on some level, like, you kind of talk trash and you're like, screw your team. But then when you kind of realize they're not very good, you're just like, I'm not even going to talk trash.
Yeah.
So I'm
one of those fans that, like, even if my team isn't that good, and Vikings fans are blessed that our team is usually always at least mediocre. Like,
we are too.
Like you are too, right? So like we're never like bottom feeders, so we always got a little bit of room to pop our talk, even if, you know what I mean, even if it's like not that great of a season, it's still like, we still can talk a little bit. We beat y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still got a couple teams you can say that too. So, but my expectations are super high. I've been jumping out on a ledge with my team, and obviously we've touched on our quarterback situation with JJ McCarthy, and there's a lot of pressure there. Especially from certain fans like me that are like pounding the table, saying he's going to be great, saying this, that, and the third. Like, if he does not turn out to be good, I'm getting crucified, man. But I'm here for it, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, you stated your claim, and it is what it is. Like, he has all the intangibles. I could see why he would do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I think that was my thing. And when I said in the video, it's kind of like, I don't know. So the other thing is, I was going to ask you this. We're on live. Screw it. We can go off script a little bit.
Yeah.
I do my preview videos, but the problem is when I watch the videos back before I do my preview videos, I in a world where I have a ton of time, I wish that I could do my preview video before each video starts.
Yeah.
It's just so, it would just be so many videos because I have so many thoughts, and I put it like in one video that's 12 minutes on a Sunday that releases like before everything. But JJ is the biggest question. And it's like, and how, and again, there's levels of good, right? Where are we? What level are we talking about at this point? Are we talking about like good, he doesn't blow it, good James Daniels, good CJ Stroud, good Bo Nix? Like, where are we on the scale? So
I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm talking about Jaden.
Who would you say? Jaden Daniels,
Well,
CJ Stroud?
I'll say CJ Stroud, like rookie type season. Yeah. I'll go. Do you believe CJ Stroud had a better rookie season than Jaden Daniels?
CJ Stroud was balling.
He did have a hell of a rookie season though, didn't he? Yeah,
so,
I'm still going there.
Jalen Daniels got further, and then obviously CJ Stroud ran into the Ravens. Like, they didn't stand a chance. But I mean, but listen, Daniels, he went to Tampa Bay. He took care of them. He went to the Lions' house, took care of them. He went straight to the Eagles. That was the most impressive, the Lions. He went to the Eagles, and quite frankly, if his team didn't fumble the ball, we don't know what they could have done. They just couldn't stop giving the ball away. Would they have like 4 or 5 fumbles? I mean,
yeah.
It wasn't his fault, I guess is my point. So I think Daniels probably had a better rookie season, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'll say, like, I'll put him in there with CJ. So I think he's definitely, I'll say this. I think at the end of the season, and this is the fandom in me, I'm just keep it honest, but I do believe at the end of the season, people will be talking about JJ McCarthy as becoming one of the top quarterbacks, kind of like how they were with CJ Stroud. Like, because I think right after CJ Stroud's rookie season, even now Jaden Daniels is doing this now. Now, CJ Stroud took a slide last year, sophomore slump, whatever you want to call it.
But did he?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
He was in the playoffs. Yeah,
because after his rookie season, there were lists that had him like in the top 12 quarterbacks in the NFL, like right after his rookie season, right? And now they kind of, I don't know, they're kind of second guessing.
But he had like one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL. True. Is that his fault?
Yeah, he did.
And then all of his receivers went down. Is that his fault?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I don't. It definitely wasn't his fault.
But anyways, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. So, hey, I'm excited. I'm excited for both. I'm excited for Aaron Rodgers, see what he can do. I'm excited for our boy JJ McCarthy. I'm standing on the ledge and I'll say this. I'm standing on the front line, man. Me and Norse were talking earlier about how. And real quick, this is just another JJ Glaze really fast, but like in his that we pay attention to detail to. And Norse texted me and was like, yo, I'm going to tell you something that about 99% of people don't really pay attention to, or they just or something like that, right? And what it is I pay attention to it when he texted, I knew, because I'm in sales. And what it is with JJ McCarthy is every time a reporter asks him a question, he replies by stating their name first, their first name. And he knows all of them.
He knows them. Okay.
And he calls them by their name as he's speaking to them, where a lot of average players, all they do is just answer the question. Hey, what are your expectations this year? Well, I think it's, that I think we're going to win 9 games. We're good. We look good. We're working. All right. You asked JJ McCarthy, hey, what are your expectations this year? Well, Judd, I appreciate the question, Judd. Let me tell you. There's a difference in that. You know what I mean? Like that, it may seem small to a lot of people, but what I know is it tells me that our quarterback pays attention to detail.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I always say too, you can be, this is going to sound bad. This isn't a knock on JJ McCarthy. So everybody just calm down.
Don't do it.
But you can have all of those things and still not be a good football player.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's a fact.
Like, you could be a great human.
You could be a great human.
Be that great talker at football.
Fact. You could be a great talker. That's a fact.
Yeah. So, anyways, but listen,
I'm just trying to steer the crowd. That's all.
Yeah, I hope JJ McCarthy goes out there and is just amazing. Like, because if he does, it makes the league better. And at the end of the day, that's what we all want. We want a competitive league. We want, as fans, we want every game to matter. We want to think that everybody can win every single game. And that's what we want. Right. So I hope that you're right. I hope that your assessment is 100% correct.
Yeah, I hope so too. All right, so let's do. All right, so that was great. That was a great topic on. Went from Aaron Rodgers. We kind of added some extra in there with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
Sorry to turn it into a JJ McCarthy glaze, but you know
That's
how it
okay.
is when we start talking about JJ McCarthy. I get excited. You know, what I mean, that's my boy. I'm a boy. All right.
I love it. I love it.
I want to save your number 2.
Okay, yeah. Let's get to my number
2.
3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's do your
since
number
you
3.
just it's perfect. It's perfectly right, because you just
Right.
glazed JJ McCarthy. You just sprinkled
Sure
all
did.
of that positivity. Everything is amazing. We're amazing. We're going to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. Now,
Yeah.
what are you most concerned about when it comes to the Vikings? What is something that that keeps you up at night when you're thinking about the Minnesota Vikings? When you're deep down in your soul, when you're like, okay, but we really got to fix this thing.
Yeah.
Like, what is it that you think about?
So there's a couple things, right, that concern me a little bit going into the season. And one of the main things is injuries, and I don't mean just like injuries in general, because injuries happen playing football.
Yeah.
What I mean is Christian Darrisaw, is he going to be ready, right? We've seen him out
Okay.
there. I also think about Will Fries, because this is a guy we invested in, that we brought in, but he's injured, right? Like technically. Now they're saying he's going to be ready, but still yet, it's just one of those things you're still taking a risk on bringing a guy.
Right.
So, and that's still technically on the injury report right now. So that concerns me, and not even just the players that are already injured, that we got to make sure they're going to be ready, so that, because this vision that we're talking about, this vision includes those players. And if those players aren't out there week 1, then now the whole vision may change, because everybody's talking about how great this offensive line is going to be. Well, yeah, that includes those 2 guys. If those 2 guys aren't out there, then now what are we talking about, right? We still may be good, but I think we'll be right back to where we were last year until they come back. But then I also think about the secondary. I think about our DBs. And again, I'll go back to injuries, only because injuries do happen, and it's football. If Harrison Smith goes down, what are we doing there? If one of the corners happens to go down, pull a hamstring, twist an ankle, I don't know, something simple. It can just be anything. Like we're in a game, we're down by 1 score, we need a stop, but the guy twists his ankle, he's out for 3 series or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
I just don't know how we're set up. And injuries affects any team, right? Like any team, depending on the player that gets injured, it can change the whole dynamic. But I think like just bringing a little bit of depth there in the DB room specifically, it would make me feel better as a fan. Like that's one of my only concerns with the Minnesota Vikings. Another thing too is Hargrave. Speaking about injury, like I know he sat out all last year too, but again, just another player that is kind of a mystery. Like, yes, we have a lot of faith in him. I believe Jonathan Allen was, if I'm not mistaken, was out somewhat last year too for Washington, if I'm not mistaken. So it's almost like all of these players that we brought in that were like, yeah, these are great pickups, and they are, but there's still mystery in the history, man. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know.
In the history.
So that is my biggest concern and I want you to touch on that. Like, how do you feel? Am I on to something there? Like, would you feel that way if the Steelers were in the same boat?
Yes. So I think, and again, I don't know enough about the Vikings as an organization, because obviously I'm a Steelers fan. I know all about our organization, but I think that sometimes there's this desire to go get the name and not a guy that can perform. Mm-hmm. And I always just get worried, because and I say this as a Steelers fan, I like when the Steelers have the guy that I don't really know. And I'm like, who the fuck is 54 playing linebacker? And then they're like, oh, that's so-and-so from so-and-so. And then I'm like, oh, right, he played. And then, because I can kind of access the memory, but I like those guys. I don't know what you do with somebody that was hurt, that's coming back off injury. I just don't know what that means. I don't know what that looks like. And then, like I always say, because when I look at I haven't done my NFL like schedule release for the Steelers yet, but one of the things I look at is if I'm playing, let's say we play the Vikings week 1, we don't, but let's say we do. I would look at your team and I would see how many people are not probably going to play in the preseason, because if you don't have a lot of people playing in the preseason getting better and a lot of people coming off of injuries, I'm going to pick the Steelers to beat your team week 1, because we have younger guys. Our guys are ready to go. We played in the preseason. Like, we're primed. And this is still sports. It takes a little bit of time. You're out of shape. Your body hurts. You don't want to do this crap. Like, your ankle's tingling. It's week 1. You're like, I have 20 weeks of this. Mentally, it happens. Yeah. And so that's concerning, is when you're bringing in people where you're like, how did they do last year? Okay, they finished hurt. Okay. What does that mean?
Yeah, no, I get it.
So yeah. And then obviously watching the Vikings play, I mean, obviously last time we saw them, I mean, all that was happening was getting sacked, terrible quarterback play, and then it just kind of all went off the rails. So you have to hope that that's all done and over, right? And you have what you need, and the offensive line is going to look better, and the quarterback play is not going to do, so it's like, you just don't know. So I think you're right, though, in the health being an issue and making sure that people have to make an impact. And that is why I said, though, I didn't like the Vikings schedule. I don't like the Vikings schedule.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's a different conversation for a different day. That's a different conversation for the 3rd time you put me on the show.
I know, right? Let's go North. North said, is Rap on to something or is he on something? I don't know, man. What we got? What we got? Shout out North, man. Shout out somebody over there on Really Flawed. Says, smash that like button. It's free. Let's go. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Bird. Is it Birdstone? Shout out to you.
I love that.
Shout out to you. Mary said backup quarterback. Let's get some of the chats and see what their worries were.
Okay. Because who is the backup?
We have Sam Howell, and then we also have Brett Rippon.
Okay.
And then we have, I call him the Brosmer, man. The Brosmer, Max, from Minnesota. Local kid. I actually had a chance to watch him play live last year when I went up there because I wound up going to a Gophers game. So it worked out perfect.
I mean this with all the respect in the world. Let's hope we don't see him playing in a Minnesota Vikings uniform between week 1 and week 1 in playoffs.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. No. We don't want to see him. Yeah, I mean, we don't want to see him. But yeah, it is what it is.
On the sideline, handing towels and stuff.
Hey, clipboard, the Pro Bowl clipboard holder. You hear me? Like, hey, he's gonna be the best clipboard holder in the NFL, man. Facts. Yes. Like, crown him. Nah, for sure. But what I will say is, him just being a local guy, I think it's easy to keep him on the practice squad, be a scout team guy. Okay. There's potential. He can throw the ball. I will say, yeah, he has a live arm on him. Like, he doesn't really give a damn as far as like, worrying about his completion percentage and shit. Like he'll let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll let it go. And I feel like sometimes, like, my thing is this. Sometimes it's a good thing when you got a quarterback that just doesn't give a damn and lets it go.
I agree. Yes. That's kind of why I like the things that people don't like about Aaron Rodgers are kind of the things I like about Aaron Rodgers.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because as an athlete, you know what kind of player that is. That's the kind of player that's like, I know I have the skills. I know I have the ability. I'm going to show you, and you're going to have to learn when I show you how to do this thing. So
that's a fact.
But we don't want to see him. So stop talking about him. So
no, we don't want to see him. But what I will say is it made me think of what I'm talking about. I like quarterbacks that do that. It makes me think of when we had Case Keenum in 2017, because that's the type of quarterback he was. We call him fuck it balls, right? But what it is when you
should we say pause after that?
Yeah, pause. Yeah, I'm saying pause on that. Yeah. but what it is when you have a wide receiver. At that time we had prime Stephon and prime Thielen. Those balls are okay to throw because your wide receiver is going to win 95% of the time, and it proved to be right. Now we have Justin Jefferson. Let me not go down this road because we're not.
I'm trying to tell you because if we get there, what's going to happen. They're going to be like, it's your fault. You were talking about this man. Yeah. No, we ain't doing that. Listen, on the cool. Respectfully, I put Justin Jefferson back there because he's probably more athletic. I mean, I'm just saying.
Sure.
Anyways,
for sure.
What else did they say about like positions that they're concerned about?
Somebody said Skull Diesel said quarterback and cornerbacks.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me go back, slide back up because meeting expectations was one. Just that's their biggest concern. Our corners, health, backup tackle depth, which North said that's pretty. And we just signed another. You know, the Vikings just actually signed another interior offensive lineman.
Okay.
Somebody drop it in the chat. What's his name? I know he played for the Gamecock. He played for Carolina too, man. Is it Lee? Is it Von Lee? I think it's Von Lee, maybe. But yeah. Shout out rock and roll, Vikings fan. Let's go. Yeah, we got Vikings fans in here. We got Steelers fans, you know, all type of stuff. All type of stuff.
Everyone is welcome.
Skull Mafia said the kicker fell off towards the end of the season, so that's something, you know, we
and that's one of those sneaky problems that you're like, this won't be a problem until it is. And then you're like, what the?
Yeah, there we go. Love said Rashawn. Do you know anything about him? Rashawn Lee. He's an interior offensive lineman. Is he a rookie? In the chat, can somebody give me? I swear I seen his name pop up, but I didn't even look into the dude, man, because I'm sure he's just gonna be a camp body. But just in case, does anybody know anything about him in the chat? Like, is he a rookie? What is he? Is he a veteran? I don't know. I know the picture I seen, he was in a college uniform, so that tells me he probably wasn't on the NFL team yet. So maybe he's a UDFA this year. Somebody enlighten us, man, because I don't know. And really, Flawed seems like she doesn't know either, and that's not a bad thing. You know, it just is what it is. It's a random guy that got picked up, and we cut our boy Bubba Bolden. Everybody, we were talking about Bubba. They let Bubba go to bring him.
Oh, okay. Looks like he's an undrafted free agent cut by the Bears.
Okay. All right.
Okay. And another team already.
Damn.
You can't make it on the
tossing
Bears?
that man around. Damn, they tossing that man around like a damn. Oh man. Let me. Oh,
that's like the Bears. Like you couldn't stay there. Huh.
All righty then. Well, let's go ahead and so let's move on to the next topic here.
Yeah. What you got for me?
Yeah, let's do one of mine. Sorry, y'all. I got these written out. All right, so let's move into because I think my number 3 and your number 2 actually go hand in hand. So we'll do my number 2 right now, and that is predict the offense and defensive rookie of the year and why. And chat, y'all can obviously join as well. Drop your predictions. We're picking offensive rookie of the year and defensive rookie of the year. And why do you believe that player is going to get crowned that at the end of the season? So you could start.
You want me to do my offense and defense?
do your offense. I'll do my offense, and then you do your defense. I'll do my defense. Okay,
cool. So my offense, I cannot think of his name. He is from North Carolina. He's a running back, plays for the Chargers.
Marion Hampton.
Yes, Hampton. He is my offensive, and mainly because I know Harbaugh loves to run the ball. He is going to run the ball, and that is what they do. They just lost J.K. Dobbins to the Broncos, and in that AFC West, that they run the ball out there. That is what they do. Harbaugh's going to run that ball. The offensive line was decent last year. I think it's going to be better this year. They actually they drafted, in my opinion, really well for their offensive line. Got some really good pickups in free agency for that offensive line, especially the interior offensive line. And I just like him. I like his body. I like his size. I like the conference he plays in. And so I think and I am one of those people that he has Ashton Genty in that conference or in that division. And I like when people have that competition within their kind of inner thing. So they're going to see them. And so I like that little competition that it's going to create. So they just got rid of Dobbins. Everybody out there loved him. And now you have Genty in your conference. Like, I just like that. Like, so I like that competitive advantage. So if I just had to guess, and I'm not going to go with like the standard, I would 100% go with Hampton.
I like that. That's actually a really, really good pick. You know, I was considering him as well. Only because, like you said, me knowing Jim, being a Michigan fan and knowing how he likes to play football, he's definitely going to utilize him. He's super intentional too. Like for them to pick him up, like when they did, it told me right away that, okay, this guy's about to get used. All right. And he's
Yeah.
about to get used a lot. He's the type of
Yeah.
running back that Jim usually goes for, and for a reason too. So
Yep.
yeah, that was a great. I can actually see him. I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I could see him being a 1,000-yard rusher easily as a rookie, to be honest with you. Now, I don't know. Justin Herbert, we'll just kind of touch on it. Like their whole team, the Chargers. Justin Herbert, he needs that. I feel like he's always been given kind of the short end of the stick when it came to a running game. And that's probably why there's been so much pressure on him to have to be Superman. I think Amarion Hampton's gonna help him with that. So that's actually a really good one. Mine's kind of similar, different position, but kind of similar type of situation. And I know this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm going Emeka Egbuka.
Ooh,
Right.
okay.
And he's in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And there's something about it that just feels right. I know Chris Godwin is coming off that injury, not really sure. I know they said like there's a possibility he won't even be ready for the season. But he's been having injuries popping up here a lot lately. I'll say this. I think that guy playing with Baker Mayfield, just like Baker Mayfield is going to give him a ton of opportunities to just be able to succeed out there. And he's a really, really clean route runner. Like, honestly, he's probably one of my favorite route runners in college football. I never really talked about it only because he's Ohio State, right? I'm not finna glaze him. It just is what it is. I'm not. But now that he's in the NFL, I'll say this, man. Emeka Egbuka, I can see him having a really, really good rookie season. Especially on the offensive, like because obviously Travis Hunter was in my consideration, but that's for another day. I think Emeka Egbuka is even going to be way better than Travis Hunter when it comes to playing wide receiver. So that's kind of that's my go-to.
Like
I mean, we got Amarion Hampton and we got
two different coasts.
Emeka Egbuka.
Going West Coast to East Coast.
Yeah.
I like that one too because Mike Evans is going to get attention.
Yeah.
And
sure.
so they're going to need something else, somebody else, something's going to have to give. So that's not it's not terrible.
And I think and the thing is like, so we all know Mike, he gets 1,000 yards every single season. Period. Like you can just book it, right? Like I think he's done it for the last like 11. See, I don't even know. It's just some crazy number. Like it's just like automatic 1,000 facts. So he's gonna get that. But I say that to say, like, I don't think that Emeka Egbuka is gonna have to have this astronomical type of statistic type of season to still be considered offensive rookie of the year. Because I think for one, I think his touchdown numbers they'll be really good, and I think they'll just notice like his completion on third down, like those big downs, man. He's really good. He's a really good possession type catcher. I really like him, man. I wasn't really pounding the table for him in the draft process for us, only because I knew he was going to be a first round pick, and I'm like, we're not going wide receivers, so there's just never really no reason for me to talk about him during the draft process. But that's my guy. I'm glad I get to talk about him now and tell everybody how much I am a fan of him and expect big things from him.
And it's okay. Everything is okay.
Yeah,
I like it.
So what does everybody else in the chat feel? Donovan Jackson. Okay, Donovan Jackson and hot take Sanders.
Oh,
it's funny. I was, I'll tell you really Flawed. This morning as I'm doing my list, I'm like, part of me wants to put Sanders, like only because like the way it's going.
Yeah.
I think he's like, he's according to the reports, he's wowing everybody.
Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. Don't look at the reports and believe anything these people are saying.
But look, Joe Flacco came out and said, I'm not here to mentor either, which is weird. Like this dude's lame.
Oh, yeah.
Like he said that in the Colts too, when he was with Anthony Richardson, like, bro, I'm not here to coach, bro. I'm not teaching them nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, God damn, bro. Like, what's up? Like,
you can't teach him like how to like have his helmet on. Like, nothing.
Joe Flacco, weird, man. I'm glad we ain't bring him here. That's probably why the Vikings did not. Now that come out, that's why the Vikings didn't go after
Bring
him.
him over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think too, the thing with Shador is if he gets in there and
Mhm.
plays and is halfway decent, yeah, they're going to make sure he gets something. but
Mhm.
but I just don't know if he's going to be the starter, and I don't know how much ground he's going to have to make up. And honestly, I just don't know if the Browns are going to be that good.
Yeah.
So that's the other piece of it. And usually you don't win if your team's not winning.
Right. Yeah. No,
So
that's a fact. That's a fact. It makes it hard. Who won? Do you remember who did? Was it Neighbors? Did Neighbors win last year?
I have no clue.
Offensive rookie of the. I think Neighbors. I think Neighbors got.
Who
Well, I
did
say
win
that to
last
say
year?
like I feel like going with Emeka Ibuka is a good I got a good chance only because I feel like
Yeah.
wide receivers tend to pick that up for the most part. Like that's one of those awards that actually doesn't just go quarterback. Like it goes quarterback a lot of times, but a wide receivers obviously get a good shot at winning that. Unlike the MVP, it's quarter.
True.
They might as well call it best quarterback.
Very true. And I think the running backs are making a comeback. I think Saquon Barkley has made the running backs cool again. And
Yeah.
so that's why for me, I'm like, I feel like we'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting though to see what happens this year. So
Yeah.
like every year, right? This is what they do. They get us all excited and whatever, and then we're
Yeah.
like,
That's a
and
fact.
wait.
Yeah. So let's get into the defense.
Yeah,
Rookie of the
I
year
am cheating here a little bit because I got to watch a ton of him. So I'm gonna say Jalen Walker, from
Ooh.
Georgia.
Touch on him. Okay.
So he is playing with the Falcons this year, and I believe so there's so many reasons why I'm picking him, but I believe that last year the Falcons were a pass rush away from actually being good, and
Mhm.
they actually felt that way too, and that is why they came back up in the first round and got another defensive guy to add to that pass rush. And so the thing I like about Jalen Walker is a couple of things. Anytime you can go compete, dominate, and be the man at Georgia repeatedly, I like it. And now you get to go almost have a running mate for
Mhm.
the Falcons that played at Tennessee, that was in the SEC with you. If you ever watch any interview Jalen Walker ever does, he's competitive as hell. And so I just know at practice he is going to be like, F that guy. Like we're
Yeah.
teammates. I love
Yeah.
him, all that. However, he's not going to be better than me.
Now hold on. Remind me, he went to Atlanta, you said? He's on the Falcons?
Yeah, he's on the Falcons.
With James
Yeah,
Pierce, right?
He
They
was
got
James Pierce. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when I look at the NFC South and their offensive lines and kind of how those teams are structured, I like his chances at really coming in and making an impact because I know he has the desire, the talent, all the things. He just has to do it. So
Yeah.
I like him. And obviously too, I liked him at Georgia. I mean, it's unfortunate my Texas Longhorns had to play him 2 times last year, and there's that.
Yeah.
But
No, he's I gotta say, I didn't do a ton of homework on him in the draft process. But I did hear a lot about him. I think it was between him and who's the kid that the Eagles drafted with the last pick from Alabama. I can't remember his name. I'm having a brain fart, but the linebacker that was like
I can't
a
remember
really
his
good
name either.
pickup too for them. You know what I mean? Like I felt like
of course it was.
yeah, like it just seemed like it was. Oh man, yeah. But no, Jalen Walker. Okay, I see that. I like that one too. Okay, all right. So mine is going to be a little left field too. People are probably going to be like, "Yo, you serious?" Yes, I'm serious. All right, I'm going Travis Hunter for defense of rookie.
Okay.
Now this is going to be crazy because Travis Hunter is going to be playing both. But I'll say this. I think he's a far better defensive back than he is wide receiver. And I think he's good at both. But I think he's a better defensive back if you ask me. Now, maybe not as physical, the tackling. He's not going to be that guy that's going to be, laying the hat and stuff like that. He's very like stay out of the way, especially when big running backs are going to be running the NFL and big linemen coming at him. He's definitely going to more likely get out the way than he is stick his head down there and tackle. But in coverage, though, which is what the NFL is turning into for the most part, teams are running the ball still, but I mean, it's a passing league still technically to this day. And his coverage skills are elite. Even right now, like I would trust him, guarding the best wide receiver on any team as far as I'm concerned. So I think the league's gonna notice that, and they're gonna definitely consider him. And he has the name, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's gonna have the hype behind him. You know, it's gonna be easy to select him for something like that coming off the Heisman. Hopefully, he plays more defensive snaps than offense, but we'll see. I guess it's still up in the air.
Yeah. No, I think it's an interesting pick too, especially because they'll play Tennessee twice, and bless their hearts.
Yeah.
They'll play the Colts twice. I mean, bless their hearts at quarterback too. So
Yeah.
it's like, maybe. And then obviously they'll play Stroud. Stroud's due for a good looking interception. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's a terrible pick.
Man, hey, Blood Eagle Smeagol, you ain't lying, bro. If Kobe Bryant comes in the Falcons and wins it, bro, listen. And I'm gonna tell you this, I'm pretty sure that Kobe Bryant's gonna be good. You know what I mean? Like, so it definitely is gonna piss me off for sure. That would be the worst. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine?
I couldn't imagine.
You imagine?
Bro, I'm doing a rant.
You're gonna be sick. You're going to be sick.
Yeah, I will be. I'll be sick. Yeah, I'm probably gonna curse my team out that night. The time it happened, even like throughout the season, if we start seeing like highlights and Kobe Bryant, like Falcons highlights, and Kobe Bryant's just out there just locking shit down and just like, dog, yeah.
You're gonna be sick.
I'm sure you'll see a thumbnail with Kobe Bryant on it. You already know what time it is.
As soon as that thumbnail drops, I'm clicking. I don't even care. I'm clicking the link. I'm like, what is he saying about this?
Yeah. So I asked Thor, who I had on yesterday, which was a great live, by the way. You know, he's one of the biggest faces in the Vikings community, just kind of like representing the Vikings. He's on a ton of shows from big to small, and you know, he represents us well. And he's a KU fan, so you know, I had to ask him about Kobe. I'm like, what happened? Yeah, I mean, he's like, yo, you know, he has all the things you want, but he is smaller. And then they said, like, they believe it's the same thing like Shador. The interview process, just kind of the way he carried himself in those interview rooms is what he heard. And he's like tapped in with like real scouts and like really involved because he does it for a living. And he was like, yeah, it was the interview process and things like that. And that's why, you know, he went undrafted, which is, I'm like, yo. It's weird.
He just didn't look. I think I said last time.
And you said that. Yeah, you said that.
He just didn't look like a pro. Like again, what do I know? I always say like I have the most non-scientific ways of seeing things, but like I just didn't feel it. It just I don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he might, right? He might be the sleeper. He might be the guy that I honestly. I feel like this draft was a lot of people were like, there's not a lot of talent in this draft. There's not a lot of talent in this draft. I think the talent in this draft is going to be more indicative of how we see talent moving forward because this is the transfer portal era.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't know about these people like you usually know about people that have been at certain places for so long. A lot of the talent, you know, you didn't have them for 2 years to really know them ins and out. You're kind of like, I think he's cool. I think so, you know.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, he said Travis Hunter's wife will divorce him and take half right before the season, and Travis will be mentally checked out. I'll say this. I will say that, first of all, I don't have any faith that they're gonna last too long, only because that generation, man, marriage is just, it's one of those things they just really don't commit. So, but again, I don't want to sit here and disrespect the young lady, man. I mean, look, she's been with them since he's been in high school, early on in college. So obviously they've been together a minute, man. She's sticking around. It doesn't look like a money grab if you ask me, but again, it's none of my business. I can give a damn. Yeah, I mean, really, I can give a damn. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him, though. You know what I mean? I hope they stay married 50 years and have plenty of children and all that, man. That would be
have
ideal.
a great time.
I love seeing the love. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, women need to realize too. Sometimes it's cheaper to keep them.
That's especially in his situation. It's definitely gonna be cheaper to keep her. You feel me? Because
saying, like, no need to rush to go get a divorce if it's not working, girl.
That's one thing I heard early on. Is cheaper to keep her. That's a fact, man. Especially
women
when you're
need
rich.
to deploy the same logic.
that's a fact. No, shout out Mac over there. Shout out Mac over there on your channel. Shout out Spirit of Detroit. He said, "Go Lions!" Oh man, we got to do it. No, Skull Vikes, baby. You already know what time it is, man. Let's go. No, shout out to you. Appreciate you tapping in, though, for sure. We accept everybody over here, man. Let's go, man. So the next topic we have on, and I think before we pick because yours is the last.
Mine is going to be a little bit in depth.
Yeah, so we'll do that last. So the big question I had for my third one is, which coach has the most pressure to make the playoffs this season? You feel me? Now, as y'all can see, it's funny. As I sent really Flawed the thumbnail, I mean, my answer is kind of obvious. I couldn't help it. I had to add him. I had to add him on the thumbnail.
I think we have the same answer though.
That's cool. Let's touch on it. Let's explain why, because I mean, I think it's really obvious too, to be honest with you. I think it's completely obvious why he's on that list. I'll let you go first, only because I didn't know. You informed me through text something that I wasn't aware of. So about your college team. So let's go.
So Shanahan, gosh. Here's the thing. I feel like in life, let's get personal here. I feel like we all know those people who are in a relationship. One of the people are gorgeous. They look like they have it all together. They look all these things. And on the outside, you're looking there like, oh my gosh, this person is gorgeous. This is. And then you see their partner and you're like, how does that work? I feel like that is Shanahan with me when I'm watching him with football. I feel like he's a fantastic coach. I feel like he can scheme up, and to make bad guys, mediocre guys like Brock Purdy look amazing. I think that is his talent. He did it with Jimmy Garoppolo. He did insert quarterback. He makes you look amazing. That lets me know you have a talent. I respect the talent. However, I am sick and fucking tired of him underachieving. Like, you go to the Super Bowl the first time. Okay, Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, cool. Jimmy Garoppolo missed a wide open man. Whatever. Cool. We can say that. What people don't do, though, is talk about his freaking coaching. He gets tight. The play calling gets different. It doesn't work. And you know what? That's okay. You go to the Super Bowl again. You get another chance at it. And guess what he does in that Super Bowl? He gets tight. He does the same things. And his coaching, to me, he's not evolving. I feel like he does one thing very well, and I don't feel like he hires around himself to help himself. And I think he's plateaued, honestly, and I think he needs to get pushed over the edge. And I will be honest and say, I could say some of this stuff about Mike Tomlin, but at least people will say Mike Tomlin hasn't had a good quarterback and hasn't had a dominant defense and doesn't have a stacked offense like the 49ers have. And so I just think that he's underachieving. And I think that this year is going to be rough for the 49ers. I don't think they have a good quarterback. I think he gets tight. I don't think he runs the ball as much as he's supposed to run the ball. I don't think he knows how to push his talent further than how good that they are. And I think it shows in his play calling. And so he is the coach that I am going in on. And how the fuck do you not know the overtime rules in the Super Bowl?
Wow.
How? I can't get over it. I can't get over it. How do you not know the overtime rules in the Super Bowl?
I ain't gonna lie, Shanahan. She cooked your ass just now. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
So anyway.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
So your turn.
Continue. Like, this is fun. Dang, the animosity.
So I'm just like, bro, like, you're a lifetime Longhorn, okay? Yeah. Your roots are in Texas, okay? Everybody knows that. Like, not everybody knows this, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you are a Texas guy. You are offensive guru. You are the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. And even if you hate the San Francisco 49ers, you have to give them credit for their organization, how they're run, how they're structured, what they do, how great they are. They have Fred freaking Warner, who's my favorite player in the NFL probably right now.
Yep.
You had a stacked defense. You had a stacked offense. You had sorry ass Brock Purdy, and you acted like you didn't know he was sorry.
Damn, so you really don't like Brock Purdy, huh? You're not a fan of Brock Purdy?
Well, I think he's mediocre. I think Brock Purdy is the 2025 NFL version. I think you go and you get a mediocre but decent quarterback and you build around them. Yeah. They had that from it. They were in the Super Bowl.
I think paying him what they paid him recently, I think that's gonna bite him in the ass, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess you could say he earned it, but again, like
Cool.
you said, I
And
agree with
listen,
you. I
you
agree
do
with you.
have to
He's
pay
basic,
him. Correct. You do have to pay him. But
right?
here's my problem because you have to pay him.
Yeah,
I know you have to pay him because that's how this works.
that's how
You
it
know
works.
he
Yep.
has to pay him because that's how he works.
Yeah,
Anybody that watched football knows you have to pay him because that's how it works. Then
right,
push him to the max to be better. Push
right.
him. If
Yeah,
you're going, you know what I'm like, if you know you're going to have to pay him, push him to be better. Stop
yeah,
limiting him during the season and then getting to the playoffs and then praying and hoping. Because the year before that, you got to the playoffs. He did his little Tommy John, whatever, with his elbow. And then the next year came back around and he comes back and you're still not pushing him to be better.
yeah.
So now I'm frustrated with him. So I'm done. That's how I feel about Shanahan. Like, do better, be better because you're better.
Nah, facts. No, shout out to you. You know, hey, look, I'm gonna give you the round of applause on that. You know what I mean? Hey, Blood Eagle Smeagol, you hit it right on the head. She put Shanahan in a body bag. You feel me? Like, that's a fact. She really did. Now, I'm gonna second everything she said. And I'm also gonna say the reason why I feel like there's so much pressure on him to make the playoffs. First of all, their Super Bowl window is shut. That shit is nailed. I mean, the nails are like hammered. You got that old school house with the window and nails in that mug. Like, yeah, that's what it is. Anybody that been in the hood at least once in their life, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got nailed them. You got nailed a window down. That's what's going on with them. That window's not opening right now, and it ain't gonna open for a minute. And so with that being said, I feel like it's going to be easy if the team doesn't have success this year in 2025. It's going to be an easy decision to just go ahead and get a fresh start. That's just what it's going to be because he's been around long enough. And yes, there's been times where he's been talked about as one of the better coaches in the NFL. He's getting his team to the Super Bowl. He's doing this. He's making a guy, like you said, Brock Purdy. They're making it to the playoffs and Super Bowl with a guy like Brock Purdy. So, yes, you can give some flowers there. But, I mean, look, man, this year right here, being that they got rid of, and by the way, I love Fred Warner too. He is one of my favorite linebackers. He's a true pure linebacker, can do it all. So like I think anybody would love to have a guy like him on their team. You know what I mean? Like for sure.
I agree.
But again, it's this year right here, bringing back Saleh. It's almost like they're trying to go back to the 2000 and I think it was 2019 type of season where they're trying to reunite, have a family reunion, and think they can make that push. Well, if things fall apart this year, which I expect, like I don't expect the 49ers to be that good this year. I really don't. Like I think they're going to be. I don't have any
expectations for them.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty average. So I think after this season, Shanahan, if they don't make the playoffs, I think he's out of there. And listening to a lot of 49ers content creators, because I love, everybody knows this that's watched me. I love bouncing around the NFL community. All right. I love bouncing around and listening to different content creators from each team. And Grant Cohn is one of my guys that I listen to on the 49ers side, and then Last Second Sports, my boy over there, I listen to him too. And a lot of them, they're on the same vibe. Like they're sick of it. All right. They're sick of it. This needs to be the year that they need to get over the hump. And unfortunately, with the 49ers being how they've kept getting like there, but not being able to, complete the mission, their expectation is winning a Super Bowl. Like it's Super Bowl or bust, regardless of how the roster's constructed. Like that's the sad part. Regardless that you let Debo, walk out the door and you paid a Brock Purdy $55 million or whatever the case is, up in the $50 million range, that none of that really, the fans don't care about that. Like they won a Super Bowl. Like that's just what it is.
And I don't know about JJ McCarthy right now. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Like, I just don't know. And then, like, again, love him to death. You got Trent Williams. How old is he? Playing left tackle. I mean, are we? So we have Trent Williams. How old is Trent? Like God bless Trent.
He's up
38,
there.
right?
Yeah.
So you're protecting this $53 million man's blind side. Okay.
Yeah.
Bless your heart. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, too, I didn't understand the 49ers draft. And that shocked me because usually that's one of the teams that I kind of watch and see how they draft. And I like how they draft. When I watched their draft, I just knew they were going to get a left tackle. I just knew they were going to. No, they didn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. Listen, maybe they're just smarter than all of us. And their goal is to tank. And then their goal is to get a top 5 pick. And then joke's on us, right? Maybe they have this whole planned out and we just don't know about it.
No, I agree. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Shout out Skull to the Bull in the billing, man. Shout out George Blunt, man. Shout out Blunt, man. I still can't believe you, Blunt. Still can't believe you going to the damn Bengals game. No, I know you said the Eagles game. You know I love you, boy. Shout out Bandito in the building, man. Purple Hev was good with you. Shout out to you in the building. Appreciate everybody that's tapped in, man. Purple Papa, I see you, man. Shout out Purple Papa in the building. Hey, we got people in the building tapped in with us. Knowledge was good knowledge, man. Shout out to you, man. Make sure you hit that like button. If you just got in the building, hit the like button so that this show pushes. Because even after it posts, the rewatch hit different too. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the
do you go back and rewatch?
I do usually go back and rewatch at least half.
Too.
I'm a rewatcher too. I like to evaluate. I like to evaluate a little bit.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When I watch the rewatch, I always notice I'm always doing something with my hands.
Yeah.
So
I'm always doing something with my mouth. Like I'm always like biting the inside of my mouth or twitching my mouth. I do a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah, I always notice. I'm like, why do I do that? I usually am like, okay, that's a really
yeah, no.
So
facts. Yeah, it's all good.
I'm glad to know I'm not the only crazy person.
Nope, you're not. I'm crazy too. Doug said, if I miss, I'll rewatch. Let's go, my boy Del in the building, man. What's up, man?
Everybody that is on the rewatch right now, by the way. Like,
shout out the rewatchers, man.
Yeah, just know on the pool, we really fuck with y'all heavy. Okay?
Yeah, man. Shout out rewatch gang, man. Let's go, man.
Yeah, hashtag rewatch gang. If you're watching this on the rewatch.
Bro. Like for real. So the finale, and then we do have a bonus. We do have a bonus one. They say you look good tonight. There you go. Let's go. Let's go. Shout out Mac. Shout out Mac, man. Keeping it P. You feel me? Shout out Mac, man. The finale is we're going to pick the teams. Chevy, what's good, man? I'm sorry if I forgot you, Chevy, man. Man, Chevy, I'm gonna give you a Ricky, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my guy, man. Let's go, Chevy. We got the 14 teams. Okay. Now really Flawed hit me with this one. This one, you know what I'm saying? This one gonna get deep. It might take a minute for us to get through this because we're gonna talk, but that's why we kept it for last. If y'all noticed at the beginning of the show, I was about to spill it, and I'm like, nah, let's maybe keep that one. And that one there is gonna be so. This is what it is. We pick 14 teams that we think will make the playoffs. Maybe there's a team we think will be good this year that people aren't thinking about or way too early non-injury picks. And then we also have one more bonus, which it'll be kind of quick. It'll just be fun. Yeah. We'll go through it. But let's start with that. The 14 teams. It's funny. I had my list and then my list didn't save. And I'm like, yo, where's my list? I know I put my dang list at. Where is it? You know what I mean? So I had to go back through and now I'm trying to think like, dang, did I have So order-wise,
are you saying that you didn't prepare then? Are you saying you didn't prepare to talk to me?
That's what I mean. Like, I'm like, yo, like I took my time this morning, drank my coffee, went through, had my answers, and I'm like, yo, like on my notepad, and I'm like, where the hell is my playoff list though? Like, so, but I got it though. I'm all good. I know exactly who's going and who ain't going, and y'all can book it. You feel me? Shout out God's child in the building. Where is Purple Papa? Shout out God's child.
So do you want to do like AFC then NFC, or do you want to do NFC, or how do you want to do it?
AFC first and then NFC? Okay. Yeah, let's do that. So and I want you to start with your AFC teams.
Okay, cool. So I have okay, I'm gonna say this, and I wanted to
can I say
something.
This real quick, really Flawed? Because I don't think I put enough brain power into like the seeding, but I just did the teams. Is that okay? Or do I need a? I mean, I could do it real quick.
Don't do this on live, okay? Don't do that. You make it
Okay.
seem like I'm just like this over prepared and that I have all of these things.
You're super smart, so you know I knew it. I knew the more I did shows with you, I knew this time was going to come eventually where I look like a complete idiot while you just, you know, it is what it is.
So because you said that, say less. My list is Baltimore, Bills, Texans, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, Steelers.
Okay. Hold on. Run that one more time. Let me hear what you said. I'm trying to think.
Baltimore, Bills, Texans, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers, Steelers.
Okay. So, all right.
Can
we got a couple.
Can I put it in my chat so you can see it?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Yeah. Did that pop up?
Yeah.
Wait. Can I space it?
Yeah, there you go. I see it. It's fine.
Okay,
we see it right here.
Make it look a little better because that don't look good. Looks like I'm illiterate.
All right, so you got because I'm trying to think. So our list is there we go. So
what do we have different?
Baltimore, so what we have different is I actually have, and I'll say my list now. Let me see. We got so mine is Baltimore, Bills. So we got those the same. I have the Chiefs. Yeah, you got the Chiefs too. I have the Broncos. I have the Bengals. So I actually have the Bengals going in. I have the Texans. And we have the Chargers as well. So it's the
Steelers and Bengals.
So Steelers and Bengals. I don't have your Steelers, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. I just don't trust the Bengals, and I'm giving them zero props for anything right now because the way they're doing contract negotiations.
I get it. No, that's crazy. Can we can touch on that really quick since we're on the AFC?
It's they do this with all
what
their
is that
superstars.
about? What is that about anyway? Do you know about?
They do it with all the but you know Joe. They came out and were like, we don't want to pay Joe Burrow. We're not going to pay him. They didn't pay him. Remember, Jamar Chase this year had to play without a deal. They weren't going to sign Higgins this year. So that's what they do. And then there's like a clause or the one little thing in the contract where they're like, apparently it's like if he gets hurt or something happens to him, he doesn't get there's some weird clause in there that most people just sign it, and he's just like, no, I'm not going to sign it.
I don't get what that was about. I seen the interview with Shamar Stewart too, where it's like dude just wants to go out there and play football, man. And he kind of looks sad and depressed, man. He's like, yo, what's going on, man? Bro, I just got drafted. What is this? Is this what I worked hard for to go? I don't get it. And I think it's unfortunate, man. It's stupid. But to me, I'll say this. I don't think he makes a difference if they're gonna make it. I have, and as you know, when we talked about the Vikings schedule, I have the Bengals as a tough game, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't agree with it and don't think, but man, listen, when you think about Joe Burrow and the weapons they have, as long as their defense can at least come around,
and that's the thing.
That's a big ask. That is a big ask. It's a big ask, but still yet, Joe Burrow, man, I think this is going to be the year again. I have him in the MVP top runner. He's my MVP. If I had to pick MVP right now, I got Joey Burrow on there. I just think he's going to show up.
Yeah,
but that's my
opinion. And I think that's fair. I always say if you're a team that can't score at least 30 points a game, you're going to struggle against the Bengals. The problem with the Bengals is there's so many offensive teams now, so it doesn't really bode well for them. And I believe in karma. I believe that they are a terrible organization right now. And I don't think you get rewarded for being terrible. How do you not want to pay Joe Burrow? How do you not want to pay Jamar Chase? How are you thinking about tagging T. Higgins again? How are you not paying Trey Hendrickson? Trey Hendrickson? What are we doing with this? Literally in my series, I talked to 32 different fans. I kid you not. I think at least 10 of them were like, I would go get him. I want my team to do whatever it takes to go get him. And the Bengals are like,
yeah. So Skull to the Ball said, I believe if he gets hurt, his guaranteed money gets voided. Oh, so is it something where, because I believe it's something where he's actually not signing the deal because there's something in there.
Yeah, so there's a clause. So basically everybody gets the same rookie deal, right? Same lingo, same language, same everything. The
Yeah.
Bengals are like, well, we're a little bit better than everybody else. So we're going to add a sentence in here that is something that is not usually in people's contracts. And so that's what they did. So it's in there. And his agent was like, we're not signing this deal. Like, no. And then people are like, well, why is he not practicing? Blah, 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 blah. Then it comes out he's not practicing because there's a clause where he's not protected. And we all know how this game works. The one thing you should not do is play in the NFL if you're not protected. Why?
Yeah.
The thing that sucks, in my opinion, and this is where I feel like, again, it's organization driven, but the rules. So it's like, let's say he doesn't sign. I believe the rule states, and somebody in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong if they heard something different. I believe the rule states if he doesn't sign, if he doesn't do anything, then he is eligible to re-enter the draft next year. My thing is, though, can somebody give a draft pick for him right now? Or like, why is he stuck in this? Why is he stuck? Like,
why would he? Yeah, why would he have to go to the draft again? Like, to be honest, I feel like if it doesn't happen, they should let him go to a different team now.
Yeah, or be a free agent.
Yeah, like kind of a free agent. Yeah.
Yeah, because they put that in the contract.
Right.
Nobody else has that. So now he gets punished. He gets to go to the draft next year. Like, no, I already got drafted. The team is just screwy. So either let somebody come get me or release me as a free agent and let somebody else pick me up. I don't understand.
I'll take him. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. I'll take him too.
Y'all don't want him? Shit, let him come over here. We'll take him. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, let us get that off your hands. We'll give you a seventh for him. And shit.
I mean, what was he? And he was their first round pick. So that's my other thing. So like, what are y'all doing? So you clearly know you need him. You clearly know your defense sucks last year. And the way that you repay him is to say, hey, thank you, welcome. There's a clause in here. Don't get hurt.
Yeah. And he has one of the top agents too. Cause I remember his agent name. Does he have McCarthy? I think he has the same agent as Kirk Cousins and shit too. Like,
does he? Yeah. I just want him to stand his ground and just no, absolutely not. That's ridiculous. And shame on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah,
shame
and Mary has a good point right here. Like, Joe Burrow must be frustrated for real because he's trying. This set something up where Joe Burrow can be asking for to get up out of there, man, if they keep playing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but think about it. They did it with Burrow. They did it with Chase. They did it with Higgins. They're doing it now with Henderson, and they're doing it now with their first round draft pick.
Yeah, that's
wild. That's a pattern of behavior.
That's that's
trash.
That's
trash. Terrible business.
Terrible business, man. Well,
so I'm not putting them in my going to the playoff.
Well, yeah, I got them in there. I'm going to stand on it. Regardless of what we're talking. Like, I don't agree with everything they got going on with the contracts, but I do believe they have the weapons to be very competitive, super competitive in the NFL this year. So I still believe they'll make the playoff. I mean, shit, they almost made it last year with one of the worst defenses you could imagine. You know what I mean? Joe Burrow literally put the team on his back, man, and like cared. That was last year. Like, he did that. I mean, Joe Burrow, man, you gotta give him his props, man. That
shout out to Joe Burrow.
I mean, you talk about processing the game, man. That man can process. You feel me? I hope JJ McCarthy it turns out to be similar to a Burrow. You know what I mean? I'll be all right with that. I'll take it.
Love it. Yeah,
I'll take it. So some people, let's go through real quick. So that was our AFC, which very similar lists. We just got the Bengals and
you're just a traitor. That's okay. I'll remember.
AFC North,
Yeah, women don't forget, just so you know.
What I mean? Let's go. Bengals over Steelers all day. Let's go. Nah. I think it's going to be, I will say this. I think your division is going to be one of the more fun divisions to watch this year, though. Like, with Burrow, now you got Rodgers added in the mix. Then you got Lamar Jackson, obviously, and then Shador is probably going to be the start. I mean, that's going to be a fun. Yeah, that's going to be like very entertaining to watch over there. So we got Purple Papa got Bills, Ravens, Texans, Browns, Dolphins, Chiefs, Colts. That's interesting. Colts. Wow. Okay. I got the Colts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's That is pretty interesting. I don't see the Colts doing nothing.
I don't think their fans do either.
They don't. Yeah, no. They going for the draft pick. I think they going to they may be trying to go get Drew Allar if he's coming out.
Like, are we really? Are you on the Drew? Are you on the Drew?
No, I'm not on the Drew Allar train. No,
Oh,
I don't
I
think
was
he's that
to
good.
say we need to have a conversation if that's
Yeah, no,
okay.
I don't think he's that good. But I
Okay.
do believe that he's gonna get hyped to be, when it target because if I think about the quarterbacks that are going to be coming out next year, I don't think there's gonna be, in my opinion. Now that can change because obviously guys come out and they put in that work throughout the spring and summer, and then when it's time for football season, you be like, damn, I didn't know he was like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
kind of like Cam Ward. You know what I mean? Cam Ward was that guy. Listen, Cam Ward was about to go. He was about to enter the draft. He would have been a 5th round pick if he would have entered
Last
the
year.
draft. You know what I mean? Last year.
Yeah.
This man, you're not, and now you got pick number 1 just for staying in college and really, putting in that work and showing teams what he really could be, so
Yeah.
you never know. You never know. I'm sure
That's
there's going to be
fair.
a couple guys that are going to pop out this year and you're going to be like, oh, that guy, oh, he's going to be projected to be the first pick in the draft. Oh, wow. So we'll see what happens. But I think Drew Allar is going to get overhyped, if you ask me.
I don't disagree with you.
Let's see. Let me see if anybody else put AFC. I see people are dropping their NFC.
Yeah, and who else? Yeah, I'm curious to know who else put somebody like the Colts.
Like the Colts. I don't
you
think
just
anybody
like
else.
a random team.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else put the Colts in. Let me see. I see a bunch of NFC. All right, so I don't see any more AFC teams.
Okay.
Nobody dropped AFC teams. Raiders in the playoffs. Watch. All right, that's another hot take. You know what I mean? But again, I think they got a better chance than the Colts, if you ask me. Only because they do have a veteran quarterback that can at least run an offense, and then they got Pete Carroll, which, I mean, he's proven to be. I don't know if he's the same Pete Carroll, but obviously he's proven. So you never know.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Oh, Nikki said Rap didn't see my AFC list. Hold on, Nikki. I'm finding it. Hold on. I got you. I see your Okay, that's the NFC list. Where you at? Oh, right here. Here we go, Nikki. All right, so Nikki got Ravens, Bills, Texans, Chiefs, Chargers, Steelers, Dolphins. Okay.
Dolphins?
The
Interesting.
Dolphins.
Okay.
The Dolphins are an interesting one too. I mean, like, are we picking the Dolphins? I just got a question for the ones who do have the Dolphins on the list. Like, are we picking them thinking that Tua Tagovailoa is going to be playing the full year? Man, I worry about Tua, man. Like, I worry about his health, bro. Like, I really do. Like, his life. Like, I'm concerned about Tua, man.
It's not
I really
funny.
am.
I'm sorry. I know it's not fun. I'm not.
No, I get. I am.
You said I'm concerned about life.
I really am, man. Like, I think playing, like, he playing with hot water, man. He really is, man. It's unfortunate, but like, there's a reason why he continued. Because once you have your first concussion, like, this is medical fact. You have your first. It's easy to have another one and another one and another one. And the more you have, bro, the riskier you're not. I'm telling you, it's just not gonna be good. You know what I mean? So in football, he's a go-getter. He's a tough player. He wants to, put it on the line for his team. But it's probably not what you want to be doing right now, brother. I'm gonna tell you, you want to wear that Guardian cap.
I have great news for you.
Okay, let's go.
Quinn Ewers is his backup.
Oh, your boy. How do you feel about Quinn? Do you think Quinn's gonna be something? Like, can you see him beating out?
He's not gonna beat out Tua, no.
Do you like Quinn Ewers? Do you think he's good? Think he's gonna be good in the NFL? No. So you didn't like Quinn. So you're a Texas fan, but Quinn, you were ready to get Quinn off the team, though.
So see, this is a loaded question though, because it's not that simple. I think anytime your team rallies around a guy, he's the guy. The team decides who the guy is. That's just the truth. And the team rallied around him, and so he was the guy. So if he's the guy and the team wants him to be the guy, he's the guy. I just like I'm going to say this, and I've said this before. I don't think there's anything wrong with being a professional backup in the NFL. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. A professional backup quarterback in the NFL probably makes what? 15, 20 million a year, just 10 million, whatever, right? Just whatever.
10 to 15.
I don't think it's a bad position. Listen,
a good one.
I'd go be a backup quarterback.
Oh, absolutely. I hold the clipboard 17 weeks a year. You feel me? Like I'm telling you, I would love it.
Yeah.
I would
So,
love it.
but no,
But
don't
I'm a
think he's gonna be
competitor
back.
too. So like after a couple games, like the first interception, I bet put me in, coach. Put me in. Like straight
You're
up.
that person.
Yeah, I'm that person.
Do you
Like,
think? Do you think that
I
you
say
could-
I can sit on the sideline and hold the clipboard, but you know, as the game is going, like I'm visioning me just taking the shit over and just like taking us to the promised land. So yeah, I'll be that player that'll be like on the sideline pasting, like, bro, coach, put me in, like for real, bro. Like,
So then I have a question for you, and I need you to think long and hard about this one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you think you could win 1 point off of Serena Williams?
And tennis.
In tennis. And what do you think? I need to know how high this
1
confidence
point?
is. Do you think in your mind that you could take 1 point from Serena Williams?
So hold up real quick now. Because I play some pickleball now. Hey. So hold up. And I'm naturally athletic. So I'm always gonna give myself some type of benefit here, but I gotta ask. How does a point go again? She serves, right? So she's going to be serving.
Correct. And you have to basically win 15, 30, 40, love. I think you have to win 4 rounds,
to get 1
rallies,
point?
whatever, to get a point.
Ooh, that might be tough. I ain't gonna lie. I thought you meant like it only had to be like she served, we may hit it back 2 or 3 times, and then I hit one and she can't get it, and that's a point. Like if that's the case.
No, you have to do that I think it's either 4 or 5 times in order for it to be a point.
Nah, she got that.
Okay.
Yeah, she got
so,
that.
but
I'm confident. I'm confident, but I gotta be realistic. No.
Okay. Do you think you could get 1 or 2? What is it called? Breaks? Is it? No, that's a break. Like 1 or 2. Like, do you think you could return at least 1 or 2 serves then?
Yeah, 1 or 2 serves. Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay. Here's what I want to say. Women, if you're in the chat and if you're listening to this on the playback, this is the confidence men are walking around with in life. Okay. Women, we need to step our confidence game up. Okay.
Yeah.
Because he really believes this. Women, are we watching this?
Yeah.
This is the confidence we need in situations. So for all the women that will watch this, that will be like, how are you so confident? How are you? This is it. This is the moment.
Yeah.
You have to convince yourself that you've got this. Okay?
Yeah, no, facts.
This is the moment.
That was a great setup. As men, we're super confident. I will say now that's a tough one though, because Serena, shout out to her, much respect her. I mean, she's a legend. And I'm gonna tell you the way how fast she hit that tennis ball. But me though, like first of all, I'm not here to toot my own horn, but I have really good hand-eye coordination. I was good at baseball, so I'm a tutor a little bit. I was good at baseball. These are facts. So like, I feel like, I feel like I can get out there, man.
So you
I feel like I can get out there in my little short shorts, my tight shorty with my headband and shit.
Have you ever seen the video of like they asked 6 men or 5 men or something like that? Did they think they could get a point off Serena? They were like, absolutely. Yeah. And so they put them all on the court, all at the same time. And they're like, cool. If y'all all think you can do it, all of you get on the court together. Yeah. Fantastic.
Did they do that experiment? They actually did?
They were just trying and just swinging the things. And then they got lucky and they hit it. And it went so high, though. She had so much time to go hit it back at them. By the time they realized she was going to hit it back at them, all of them were ducking like, no, wait. But I'm just like.
Nah, see, my thing is I've hit a tennis ball before. Now, obviously, I ain't hitting it 100 miles per hour, but I mean, I can hit a tennis ball. Listen, I ain't tripping. I don't know what guys they pick.
Here's the comment. I can put it up there. I could return 1 serve, but not take a set. So that's the thing. Like, could you return? But you see that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, women, are we hearing this? Who in their right mind would think a normal person that like doesn't practice tennis, doesn't train, doesn't do anything?
Yeah.
Who in their right mind would be like, yeah, I can return a serve off Serena Williams. Yeah. For sure.
I mean, look, I got a better. I think most men in the chat would say we got a better chance knocking Mike Tyson out right now today than we do winning a set from Serena Williams. You know what I mean? I like my chances.
Tyson?
Yeah, did you see that fight? He fought Jake Paul. I'm talking about today, Mike Tyson. I ain't talking about years. You know what I mean? I'm talking about Mike Tyson tonight. Like if we had to get in the ring, you know what I mean? Like I feel
Okay,
like
hold on. Men in the chat, we're off the rails. I'm sorry. This is my fault. You can
no,
blame
it's
me.
good.
Men in the chat, do y'all think you could knock out Mike Tyson? If you were a man in the chat.
Ooh, the men in the chat. Hey, let it be known. Like, yeah, hey, Mike Tyson today, man, listen, man, he can get that work, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jake Paul almost put him on his ass. Really, Jake Paul should have put him down. I think it was all staged, to be real. To be honest with you, it was staged.
Okay, so I just need to I just need to see who the men are in the chat that think that they can knock out Mike Tyson. Oh my gosh. You know what? Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Oh my God. That is so funny.
Mike Tyson, like 65, man. Like, you know, hey, I seen him out there. Like, I'm like, yo, man, Mike, man, you need to hang it up. You feel me? You need to hang it up, man. Nah, listen, I love Mike. Shout out Mike. Shout out Mike.
Women, pay attention on the playback. Women, like, get this in your brain. You see this confidence? Like, next time somebody says, can you say, absolutely. Can you?
Hey, that's a fact. Can you? Hey, women, you think you can knock out Mike Tyson? You think you can knock out Mike Tyson in one round?
Oh,
absolutely.
No, I'm not delusional.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Why not?
That's funny.
No, that was great. That was fun. No, that was fun. No, for sure. No, hey, look, we are confident. You know, men naturally, especially competitive ones like me, I don't like to lose.
100%.
And, you know, it's real quick, you know, to continue. These are good shows. It's good that we have these conversations. Then we'll get into our NFC teams. But like at my job, they're pushing me to pick up golf. They're like, man, Raleigh, you know, you gotta get into golf, right? Like we're going golfing, man. You should get into it. Like I'm looking for clubs for you now on Facebook Market. I'm gonna send them to you. Like they're really pushing the issue, right? They want me to get into golf, and I'm like, I'm not a golfer. I'm going to keep it real. I'd rather fish. I'm more of a fisher than I am a golfer because I love fishing. But I'm like, you know, and I always say when I retire, that's going to be my thing. Like, you know, a lot of guys golf. That's their retire thing. They golf every Saturday. I'm going to be out on the boat fishing, freshwater to be exact. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll start tapping into the golf, right? Because my confidence level is, again, like I said, I was good in baseball. I have good hand-eye coordination. Hey, fire in pickleball too, by the way, Norris. Yeah, I mean, like, hey, look, you could say pickleball is an old man sport, but hey, you gotta be, I mean, if you really playing with some gunners, you gotta be athletic to play a pickleball game with me because we smacking it. You know, it's competitive, but I'll say, I think I'll be decent at golf. Like it's going to take me some time to be good, like really good, but I think I'll be decent right off the rip. And I proved it when I went to Top Golf. I was smacking it. You know what I mean? Like we went out there driving the ball. I'm like,
when he went to Top Golf,
the swing is there. The swing is already there. Like, you know, I just got to work on maybe the putting and, you know, why do I use this 9-iron instead of this or the wedge or whatever, all the words. See, I'm even learning the terminology.
That's a good start.
Telling you.
That's a good start. You know, you're going to be like the JJ McCarthy of interviews.
Tiger Hood. I'm going to be Tiger Hood. You know what I mean? Let's go.
That is so funny. Anyways, we're way off topic. You can blame me. It's totally fine. But that is hilarious.
That was a fun segment. NFC teams. We got 7 teams to pick. NFC. You want me to start this one?
Let me.
You want to go?
I put them in the chat.
Okay, good. Well, let's see yours.
I don't know why it's not spacing correctly.
It's all right. It don't matter. We can see it. All right. So, and then hold on. Let me type mine too, just so we both got them up there. Let's see. I'm just gonna use hyphens.
Okay. See, you see how you do me? Like,
no, I mean, hyphens just make it easier because
really? Oh, thanks. Thank you so much.
Just redo yours with hyphens. Redo it with hyphens, and I'll post it up there.
Oh, I'm just gonna do hyphens.
The confidence in the men. I knew hyphens would do the job. Oh, this one, I might get crucified for one of these teams. People are gonna be.
I'm hoping one of my friends is not watching. He's gonna be pissed.
My last team, it's almost like I feel like, yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna
Oh,
go
did
with
you
them.
do it in order?
No, it's
Oh,
just my last team now on my list. I'm looking like, and okay, so I just gotta make sure I got this right because I got NFC, and I got North, South, East, and West. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, there you go. Look at you. Oh, you did the 3 hyphens in between each one. Look at Shout out to you. Let's go.
I'm trying to be an overachiever.
That looks even better. All right, so let's talk about it. So there's your
Who do we have
list.
different?
Explain. Let's see. So I have the Vikings, Lions, Bucks, Eagles, Commanders,
Oh,
Cardinals,
you
and
put
Rams.
Cardinals. Interesting. Okay.
That was the interesting team that
Okay.
I'm banking on Kyler Murray to, again, kind of like the Joe Burrow thing. I'm banking on Marvin Harrison Jr. to step up, and I think they did pretty decent in the draft. To be honest with you,
They did pretty decent in the draft. Yeah.
Like I see them heading in the right direction. So I put them as a sleeper, my little sleeper team.
Okay.
Yeah. So what? So why? So first of all, why the Packers? That's my main question. Why the Packers?
I think the Packers window, I think they're right in prime window. I think this is, this is what you call it. He got his big deal already. They kind of like it's either now or it's probably going to shut very soon. I think their window is currently open. I think for the past 2-3 years they've been the youngest team in the NFL.
Yeah.
But those same guys that have been the youngest team in the NFL are now getting a little bit older together, another year together. And I kind of like that. I think the other thing too, that sometimes happens in football, whenever you get rid of the guy, and they got rid of Alexander, right? And everyone's kind of panicking and freaking out. All that does is brings teams like this. And you kind of start looking around and you're like, this is what we got. We're the core. We gotta do this. We gotta fix this. I like that rally. I like that, the thing that nobody ever talks about in sports that kind of just brings the teams together and makes you kind of say, let's go. Yeah. I like their ability to do that. Don't trust the Lions. I just don't. I feel like they've had too much change and too much shifting and moving and maneuvering. I've never been a believer in Jared Goff. And I think I think his safety blanket might have left and walked out of the door, and he's now coaching another team. Yeah. So that's concerning me. I've said it a million times. I do not like the Lions schedule. I hate the Lions schedule. I think it's terrible for them, and I don't like it. So that's why I moved the Lions, put the Packers. Okay. And then I think the Bucks or the Tampa Bay, I think they'll probably win the division, but I think the Falcons are coming. I think the Falcons, I think they're coming. I feel it. I feel it.
Your defensive rookie of the year's on there.
You're right. I just feel it. I think they have every single, if you could do this by paper, you would have the Falcons in there. They would just be in there. So I just need them to figure it out.
Yeah. I
there's
agree.
that.
Now that they let Kirk Cousins go, they'll have a chance.
Wait, they let him go?
No, but they ain't letting him
I was going to say, but he's not the starter. Yeah. And the other thing is, so Eagles self-explanatory, Packers, Rams self-explanatory. I don't know if that division.
So why do you have our Vikings on there? Let's go. I want to hear about it. What do you see?
Because I think the Vikings have every single thing, and the thing that makes me nervous is the quarterback position. I don't know what JJ McCarthy is going to do, but he doesn't have to be amazing. He just doesn't have to give the game away. That's the biggest thing. He doesn't have to be amazing. He needs to graciously hand that ball off. He needs to graciously take that check down. He needs to graciously run those 2 yards and get out of bounds. He doesn't have to do much. And I like that. I don't like the Vikings schedule, but I like everything else the Vikings has around them. Defense, offense, you have the weapons, you have all the stuff. It's just JJ can't be dumb. Period.
I
don't know how else to say it.
No, I like it. All right, so I like that list. Not seeing the Lions on that list feels really good. I mean,
and I could be wrong about the Lions, right? They could come out and never lose a game. It's a lot of change. And I don't know if they're used to that.
I
I don't know if
agree.
they're used to
I
that
think
shit.
there's a big step back for the Lions that a lot of people are sleeping on, but that me and you both feel that way. So that's
Yeah.
and I've heard some other people say that too, like some people in the main media has even been not that, Vikings fans, we hate main media as a community, we really do. Only because they always look for ways to not talk about us even when we're doing good, or when they do talk about us, they always just underestimate us and think that we're just
Mm,
kind of it's the Vikings and they're not interesting. Throw them to the side. So we've been
yeah.
disrespected. And I'm sure there's other fan bases that feel the same way. But being a fan of the Vikings, one thing I can tell you is it's obvious how they treat the Minnesota Vikings on main media. Like they treat us like you'll have one or two guys or gals that like us and respect us, and they'll always, stand up for us when people are talking crazy. But the
Yeah.
majority, they either just won't talk about, we won't be in a segment. Like the Vikings are the type of team where we got to be like, we got to start the season off like 6-0 before they actually start talking about us being a good football team. Like there was a year, even when the year in 2022, when we were a 13-win team, like, bro, they still we won 13 football games. Now, I
And they
don't care how
still,
you won them. It doesn't matter. You won 13 football games and they still looked at us as a team that, oh, this team's not a playoff team and all that. It's just weird, man. It's just like, why do y'all do
hmm,
this to the Minnesota Vikings all the time? So we tend to hate main media as a Vikings community for sure. That's why we just do
okay.
vocal Vike and, one barn lup and, first and skull and, and the list goes on. You feel me? Yogi, everybody that does Vikings content. That's why we lean on all them. They're the real ones. Let's
I respect
go.
it. I respect it. I also too just want to comment on the person that said stop talking about she said watch JJ handoff talk. If you ever watched him play, you will have watched him hand off the ball over and over and over and over and
Yeah.
over. That's literally what he did at Michigan. So if you actually watch JJ play, you would know that is what he does.
He hands
So
the ball. He handed the ball off a lot. He
yes.
definitely did. He did.
Yeah.
But
So, but again, now he's in the NFL, so we'll see what he does. I'm just saying, historically, if you've ever watched JJ, that is
yeah,
what you watched him do. And to be fair, that is how Michigan was so good. In one game, they ran the ball 21 times in a row
yeah. No, they
and
were
won.
built to like Jim Harbaugh's like that too. Like his teams are usually built to where the quarterback, that's why he was successful with a guy like Kaepernick and even in
Exactly.
the NFL with Kaepernick being the leader, the quarterback of the team. It's just how he constructs his teams. He likes his
I
quarterbacks to
agree.
be efficient, meaning he likes his quarterbacks to not give the ball away. And that's why JJ
Period.
McCarthy only had 4 interceptions to
Exactly.
25 touchdowns, but 3 of interceptions were in one game. So if you think about it,
Exactly.
and that was I think that was in September. So like the rest of the season, like he was, his
Yeah.
touchdown to interception ratio is crazy. And then on third down, he was the most efficient quarterback in college football. That's what's important. That's why, that's the move the chains type of guy. That's why I enjoy it. That's why I'm glad too. Like, yes, first, second down, they're handing the ball off in the run game. Nobody could stop us, man. You know what I mean? Like we just
Yeah.
running over people. Like, why would you throw the ball? You don't
Why would you
have to.
throw it? That's what I always say. And it's not, and I think people, again, I'm going to say this and it's going to probably sound terrible, but I think some people watch, how I feel about quarterbacks. I don't think the quarterback is the most important position on a football field.
Right.
I'm rare in that comment. So
Yeah.
when I say certain things, I think people think it means something it doesn't mean. I
Right.
just don't think that production is the most, like I need my offensive line to block somebody because if
Yeah.
they don't, it doesn't matter what I think of the quarterback.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyways, that's just how I feel about it. But I
Yeah.
hope JJ gets in there and takes care of business.
No,
And
I
wins
know
every
you're
single game
rooting.
except
Yeah,
for week 4.
everybody. Yeah, she's definitely pulling for JJ McCarthy she's just unaware. You know what I mean? Unaware of what to expect with
Just,
JJ. Not unaware
yeah.
like you didn't watch him in college. I
No.
mean, just obviously what to expect with him
Yeah.
being on the Vikings and in the NFL. To where like Vikings fans were like in the weeds. Like we kind of know how We know how Kevin O'Connell
The
operates
coach.
and what
Correct.
the things that we can expect and why we feel like he'll
Exactly.
be successful. So it's all good. Hey,
I
we
love
don't
it.
got long. We don't got longer. We don't got much
That's
longer.
it.
It'll be time, And I'm gonna tell you right now, me, Norris, Nick, a lot of us, we on the front lines. You feel me? We said we gonna be passing out a lot of crow. You hear me? I can't wait. People gonna be full off of it.
Do you have your
That's
folder ready for your bookmarks?
Oh man, listen,
Bookmarks, bookmarks.
I'm so like, and that show with that show I did yesterday with Thor was amazing. Thor is like one of the, I mean, he's been front line about JJ McCarthy and breaks down the whys. So if you haven't watched the full episode,
I watched
it's a
it
good
yesterday.
watch. Yeah, it's a
Come
great
on, I'm
watch.
usually always in the chat.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you for sure. Thank you for that. Thank you for the support. But he's, always been on the front lines about him, and speaking the facts, right? Like, and that's what I like about him. And yeah, it's exciting. I could talk about JJ all day just because
Yeah.
I am super excited and just the
You should
anticipation
be.
it's high.
You
The
should be. What was
anticipation
he?
is
Eighth
high.
round pick? Eighth pick? What
10th
what
pick.
pick?
10th.
10th pick.
10th. Yeah.
You have to be excited. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. If you're a
So,
Vikings fan, man, you better be excited.
you
know what I
you
mean?
better be. If you're a Vikings fan, you're not excited about JJ McCarthy, I'm going to question your fandom. Okay. Like, you
But,
need
hey.
me to be objective so that you can stay all in it. Like,
Let's go.
yeah.
And it like Bennett. You hear me?
That's
So
it.
my list really flawed. And we've been
Let's
going
get
for
to it.
2 hours. When you're having fun, I mean, time just doesn't
It's my
even
fault. Yeah, I steered us in the wrong
No,
direction.
it's not
I'm
your
sorry.
fault. We're having fun. I'm having fun. I think the chat's having fun too, man. Shout out to the chat. Let's go. I got the Vikings, Lions, Bucks, Eagles, Commanders, Cardinals, and Rams. I had to question myself because I was like, damn, do I got the winner from each division? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I do. All right. So I got the North, I got the West, I got the East. So I think the Lions, like, again, I agree with you 100%. I think they're gonna take a step back, but I still believe they're good enough to be a playoff team. But I'm giving them one of the wild card. I got us taking the division. I'm just keeping it real. I got us taking the division. Let's go. We taking the division. You know what I mean? He's taking the division. But I still think the Lions are good enough to be a playoff team. Bucks, that feeds into my Emeka Ibuka. You got to root for the Bucks, man. I mean, look, man, the Bucks are a fun team. Like, I don't think they're a threat to us. Like, I would love to face the Bucks in the playoffs because I feel like we go into the next round. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But from a distance, I'm a ride with them, man. I give them a chance. Their division is super weak. There's really no competition. The Saints that were projected to be kind of a threat to them when they brought on Derek Carr, that ship has sailed.
That didn't work out.
They got two rookies pretty well. They got Rattler and then a rookie, and Rattler's unproven. Even though I like Rattler a little bit, but I mean he didn't look that great. He really didn't. I don't know. We'll see what this year looks like. So I think the Bucks have the keys to the driver's seat in that division. They can take it without any type of resistance, man. Yeah, obviously the Falcons you said are on the come up. So I think it'll be between the Falcons and the Bucks kind of battling for that top spot because the Panthers I still just don't trust. I just don't think the Panthers are good yet. Maybe they proved me wrong. They did play some good football at the end. Your boy Bryce Young was looking good to the last couple weeks last season. So you never know. If I was a Panthers fan, I would be optimistic. I'd be optimistic about that.
I would definitely be optimistic. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you got the Eagles.
I would think we were going to win, but I would be upset.
No, for sure. Then you got the Eagles, right? You got the Eagles, which it's the Eagles. I think they're not going to miss too many steps. I mean, they got pretty much the team still constructed. It's kind of like they added some stuff in the draft. I think they did really good in the draft again, like they've been doing the past couple of years. So. So and then you got the Commanders. I think they're going to still be good. Me and you kind of touched on Jaden Daniels saying I don't think there's a sophomore slump involved with that kid. I think he's, going to actually maybe get a little better. You know what I mean? Honestly, like I could see him getting better, kind of like the same trajectory as a Lamar Jackson, like just kind of like getting into his bag for real. Like he's one of those players, like the more he plays, the better he just keeps getting. You know what I mean? Like, because he keeps figuring out the game, just keeps slowing down for him. He's that type of quarterback. So I could see him running for a lot more yards this year. I could see him getting a lot more touchdowns through the air this year. I mean, I could just see him really putting it together in his second year. So the Commanders definitely. Cardinals. Hey, did I spell Cardinals wrong? I think I spelled Cardinals wrong. But anyways, y'all know what I mean.
You like them. You like them so much you don't even know how to spell their name.
I'm telling you, I got the N and the I. You know what I mean? I had to look at it just now. I'm like, damn, what was I doing? Cardinals. Okay, yeah, Cardinals.
Cardinals. I'm going for the Cardinals.
The Cardinals. Let me tell you about the Cardinals. All right, the Cardinals. They gonna be a team to beat this year. No, no, but I'm telling you, I think Kyler Murray gonna get in his bag for the most part. I like what they did in the draft, like we talked about. I think they added some key pieces there. And I think Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison, they had a pretty good connection last year. In my opinion, I mean, it wasn't jumping off the charts, but you could see the potential there. And I think they can be a scary duo. I can see them really getting it together, having this offseason to really build on what they did have last year. And they were competitive last year. They just couldn't close out games. It's like they were in them. They just couldn't finish them. And
they got worse as the season went on, which I didn't expect. Yeah. But again, they needed a pass rush, and I think that they
addressed. Yep. Yeah. They addressed that. So that again, I think
I want to say too, my sleeper team, not the Cardinals. I kind of interested to see what the Seahawks do.
Okay.
Mainly
Sammy
well, I don't think it's about him though. I think it's more about what you call it. The guy from Bama, their quarterback, Jalen Milroe. Because if he adds a wrinkle into that offense, I think it'll be interesting. And if Jalen Milroe is worth his salt at all, he's going to push what you call it to be better. And he's going to push it. And I think just like any team, you're only as good as your worst player. That's just how this works. So, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I hear you.
No, that was my final thought. So just throwing it out.
And that's a great sleeper team. I mean, Seattle. I'm not worried about it. We're gonna spank them. We play them. We spanking them. Sammy D. Shout out to Sammy D, man. Hopefully he does good. You know what I mean? Hopefully he does good. I'm rooting for him.
I always forget about that connection.
I'm rooting for him. But hey, look, man, when we play him, it's over with. And again, I'm standing on what I said when we did our last show. I don't even think he's going to be the starter at the time we play him. I think he's getting benched. I think he's going back to
and then it would be Jalen Milroe, though. So
right. I think we'll be facing Jalen Milroe. I think Jalen Milroe is going to be on his heels. I'm going to just keep it honest with you. I really do. Okay. So
I love it.
With that being said, I want to touch on this really quick, really flawed. We got the raffle still, $20 entry. Here, let me see if I can highlight myself real quick. Is it the same as yeah. Oh no, it's not.
Or just take me off the screen, put yourself.
No, it's fine. $20 for the raffle for Todd. Everybody knows. Shout out Norse. Norse made these raps. Can I call in for Norse? Absolutely. You want to call in and talk about it here? Hold on. Let's have Norse call in real quick.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Norse. Hit it. Call. Yeah, because you can do this for me. Let's go. Hold on. Let me hook my phone up. Call in, Norse. Call in. Come on. $20. For entry, we have a ton of entries too so far. So you can do super chat 20, you can cash app, $ vocal Vike, Norse Media. We have 4 of them that we're giving away. And I'm telling you, like I say all the time, you got to get your hands on one of these. Hold on, let's have Norse talk. Norse.
Mr. Salesman.
Let's go. I'm trying to sell it. But I need some assistance. I'm throwing you the alley-oop. Let's go, Norse.
All right. I got an idea.
Okay.
There's a lot of OGs out here. A lot of people don't do the Cash App or any kind of the, the PayPal and stuff like that. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Is the GoFundMe still open?
Yes. The GoFundMe. Okay. Yep.
All right. Let's throw this out to everybody out there. Everybody has a debit card or a credit card.
Yes, sir.
Here's an easy way for anybody to enter. Anybody throw $20 at Todd's GoFundMe and throw that up there whenever you can.
Yeah, let me go find it while you're talking.
Anybody who throws up $20 into Todd's GoFundMe with, say, throw a hashtag, ring the bell,
Let's go.
or hashtag plaque, or something of that nature, to let everybody know, to let Raph
Or
know,
just
and
put
Todd
Skull
know.
Todd. Just put Skull Todd to make it easy so we know it's from the Vikings community.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work perfectly. But I just trying to come up with an idea, because there are a lot of older Vikings fans that do not like to use stuff like, Cash App and stuff like that.
True.
So,
Have a point. I'm
and
copying that link now.
it gives everybody a chance to actually get in on it, instead of trying to come up with your address and send you a handwritten check or something like that. So, at the moment, best I can come up with. Thank you, RFF. Love you, girl.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
I
Isn't she,
appreciate
man? And
you.
Norris,
Thank you.
shout out to you. She says she appreciates you, Norris. I know it's hard. I know when they call it on the phone line, she
Oh,
can
he
hear
can't hear
you,
me.
but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he can hear you.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I just saw her mouth though. I got
there
it.
you go. There you go. Hey, Norris, man, I appreciate you, man. And I love you, brother. Like everything you doing, man, with these plaques. These plaques are amazing, man. Like, honestly,
Go
like he
on full
said,
screen so we can see and turn
here.
it so you can see how
Yeah,
thick
here.
it is.
I'm gonna put you out. There we go. All right. Since she wanted me to kick her out, I kicked her out. All right. She begged me to. So here you go. Full screen. But she has a point. You can really see it now. So shout out everybody, man. Like Norris said, I'm about to drop the link now and for the GoFundMe. And again, if that works better for you, let's do it. We'll be doing this for at least, I'll say at least I don't know, maybe 2 more weeks, I think, when Todd's about to ring that bell. Let me paste this. Boom. Let me see. Did that paste? Hold on real quick, y'all. So shout out everybody, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all for supporting already, man. Norris, you got anything else you want to add?
What it is, let me just run it down for everybody.
Yeah.
It's a weathered background. It's a weathered abstract background with ghosted white lettering that is actually burnt in over the top of the white lettering. And the Norseman head is 22 individually cut out and individually stained and then glued on that weathered background. So I do believe that it is a lot better looking in person. If you want, go ask Skull Mafia, go ask Mary, go ask Gary, because those are 3 people who actually have one. Mary has the actual very first original take of those. But anyway, I'm just trying to include everybody who would like to have a chance to not only donate, but to get a opportunity to win one. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go and you finish your show. Thanks.
Hey, Norris, man, I appreciate you. Love you, brother.
All right,
let's go.
Bye.
Man, shout out Norris. Hold on. I'm trying to, so real quick, man. I put really flawed backstage real quick. She had to go run and grab something. So shout out everybody that's been supporting, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Listen, we almost about to ring this bell too, man. I gotta tell you, my mother texted me and said that the final bell is getting rung as far as like this is the projected is Tuesday, God willing. All right. Now, I didn't really give anybody that news yet, only because there's 2 things that are still up in the air. But as of this past Wednesday, speaking to the doctors and everything, they said that the chances of us ringing the bell, because he has to do radiation he had to do radiation this whole week, which today was the day that he had to do radiation. And then you have Monday, and then Tuesday do radiation, and there's a possibility that Tuesday he can ring that bell. And I didn't want to talk about it yet, only because, hey, look, man, I want to wait till it happens. But Tuesday may be a huge day. All right. Tuesday may be a huge day. And I'm praying, man. And everybody, we need your prayers. So keep praying, man, because we ring that bell. It's going down. Let's go. And I'm going to have Todd call in. Yeah, no. Todd's going to call. Now, I got to probably wait maybe a week or so, because obviously his cancer is in his throat, in his neck. So him talking right now, it's a little hard, but again, if he can, he'll call in, man. One thing about him, he's a tough son of a gun. So I know he's going to say, hey, Ra, hey, call me. I'm talking. Yeah, I'm saying, I'm thanking the Vikings community for everything they've done. And he sees everybody, man. And we love y'all. So, all right, that's enough on that. I'm trying to post. I finally figured out how to get the link. Sorry. I've been sitting here the whole time, like looking at my phone, like, yo, how do I get and I finally found this. So let me post it really quick, really flawed. And then we'll get on to our last topic here. Our last topic is
I'm just a guest, I'm just a guest. So you tell me.
This is our show. This is our show.
I'm just messing with you.
Boom. All right, there we go. All right, finally. Golly. All right, so I got the GoFundMe link here and I'll pin it. All right, I'll pin it to the top. So if you do get a chance, hit that GoFundMe link and pin it, put Skull Todd. You know what I'm saying? Even if you can't do the 20 and you don't want to enter the raffle, I mean, anything helps. You feel me? You drop $2, $1, $5, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Just show your support, man. I really appreciate it. All right. So the last topic we had on our agenda tonight, it was the bonus. She had to throw the bonus in there. And this is a fun question for the chat too. Bonus fun question about Tomlin or Jerry Jones. So and I'll let you
Who do you think is going to exit the NFL sooner? Mike Tomlin or Jerry Jones? Because even if Mike Tomlin is not the head coach of the Steelers, he could potentially go be a head coach on somebody else's team. He's still youngish. The guys now are so young when they enter in coaching, but he's still youngish. Yeah. So do you think Mike Tomlin is going to leave the NFL, or do you think Jerry Jones is going to leave the NFL first? Who do you think will be the first to leave?
Man, I'm telling you, as crazy as this sounds, and the chat, y'all drop it in the chat too, how you feel. Why do I feel like Mike Tomlin's gonna leave first? Jerry Jones just seems like he's going to live until he's 150, bro. He's not leaving until how about them boy? He's gonna be doing press conference interviews. Even if he gotta type it on a screen, you know what I mean, and they gotta read it off for him. I'm telling you, that man is not going anywhere, man. He is going to be there for eternity, man. That's what it seems like. So I'm going to say Mike Tomlin, honestly, because I feel like, first of all, Mike Tomlin, he's not an owner of a team. He's a coach. So I could see him just saying, you know what? I'm hanging it up. I kind of did what I did. How many Super Bowls does Tomlin have? One? Does he have one or two?
He's been to 2 and won 1.
Okay. So he has a bowl under his belt already. I mean, he did the right thing. He accomplished the ultimate goal at least. I don't know, man. Tomlin fans want Jerry Jones I mean, I've heard things about they want him to DIE, and I'm like, whoa, that's a little.
But that's what but let's be honest. That's probably the only way he's going to exit. And like I said, if Tomlin isn't the coach of the Steelers, he could probably go be the coach of the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. He might be able to go be the coach. I mean, I could probably come up with 5 teams he could go be the coach of right now, and they would probably offer him immediately. So, just a thought. I just thought it was funny because I don't know why that came to me, but when it did, I was like, I'm just gonna text it. Maybe we'll throw it in there.
No, that's funny. It's funny because they've both been around so long. I mean, and Mike Tomlin still looks like he's still got 50 years in him to coach, to be honest with you. Like that man,
that black don't crack.
That black don't crack. I'm telling you, bro. He's a prime example. You're like, damn, Mike Tomlin look like he, in late 30s. Shit, he still got time under his belt, man. I don't know. So, but I it's funny. I don't think Jerry Jones is going anywhere. Jerry Jones is committed. I mean, it's clear.
How old is he?
He's in his 80s. Which is crazy. He's in his 80s, I believe. Let's look up. Yeah, look up how old he got to be. I'm gonna guess and say he's 82. Am I tripping, or is he in his 70s?
Okay, he's 82.
He's
And
82. I got it on the
his
head.
birthday
Let's
is
go.
October 13th. So he'll be 83 this season.
Bro, 83. First of all, he's already living longer than the average man. All right. So, like, not, you know what I mean? First of all, he's already past the age limit already. So, at any moment, something could happen, like where the health can just start deteriorating, but it doesn't seem like it. I mean, he's still doing press conferences. I mean, he's still doing radio podcast. I mean, this guy he hasn't lost a beat, man. He's going to be around forever. I'm telling you, he is committed. You know, that's what that money do. That money make that 83. It ain't affecting him at all, man. That money got him right, man. Them doctors are like, bro, I promise you, we gonna keep you alive until your team get that Lombardi. I promise you, you will be able to see your team get a Lombardi. We gonna keep you alive, Mr. Jones.
Let's just hope that it's like in 15 years, so the jokes just keep writing themselves.
I know. That would be wild, bro. But I mean, look at Pete Carroll, though. Pete Carroll's in his 70s and doesn't look like, I mean, he's in his 70s. Pete Carroll. That's hard to believe.
I think he kind of looks like it.
He looks like it, but he's out there. It's funny, too. I was tripping the other day. The man got the mall walkers. I mean, listen, when I seen him out at practice with the mall walkers, I was rolling, bro. The famous mall walkers, bro. You know you are OG when you got them Nikes, bro. Like the mall walkers, bro. Like, hey, I'm telling you.
Mall walkers.
The mall walkers, bro. Yeah, hey. Have you ever seen that video where they say the mall walkers? Man, that video is hilarious, man. My old boss had wore those joints, man. We used to laugh so hard. Like, hey, Pete Carroll with the mall walkers is crazy. It's like his legs are small, but the mall walkers are just big. You know what I mean? They're just bulky Nikes. I mean, they're just like, I'm like, look at him, man. And he out there running and stuff too. I'm like, all right, sleep on Pete if you want.
Listen, as long as he doesn't fall, he'll be fine.
Fall and break a hip. Better be careful out there, Pete. I'm telling you, man. Hey, look at boy. Hey.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
but well, that was good. That was good. That was a great show, y'all, man. We appreciate everybody in the building. We were on for 2 hours and 10 minutes. This is one of my longer shows that I've been on, you know, for sure, with a guest just talking football. So great. That's a great sign. That means we're doing something right, you know, and a lot of y'all stayed in the building. So that's also another great sign, is you guys actually hung out for 2 hours. Y'all could have been doing anything else.
And the chat was active, like
real active. Shout out to the chat tonight. Y'all the MVPs for sure. Shout out to the chat tonight. You know, we appreciate y'all more than y'all know. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. You know, sometimes I get it. People pop into the stream and they forget. It's something that's easy to forget. But on your way out, just hit it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that helps people with the rewatch. You know, you got to push it. So make sure you're hitting the like button for us. It's free. Don't cost you a damn thing, man. All it do is just show us how much you really appreciate the show, man. So we appreciate y'all. And yeah, you want to leave them with anything really Flawed? What you got coming up in the next weeks or so?
So first of all, Norse, thank you. You are very welcome. You can have the stage any moment you want it to tell us about all the great work you're doing. So shout out to you. So you don't have to thank me. So you're appreciated. And then the other thing is AFC North week is coming this week. And so we're doing Steelers, Ravens, Browns, Bengals, and I might have a special conversation coming from my Steelers this week. So I'll just leave it at that. I got somebody to talk to me about the Steelers, and I kind of got to, it's kind of a little bit of reverse, because I kind of got to become a fan. And I kind of got to flip it off and say, this is my thing, but I need therapy. So you are my therapy. You know more than me. Let's have this conversation. So, so I'm really excited about that Steelers episode. So that will be fun. But yeah, AFC North is this week. So if you're watching the series, also leave me comments. Like, I love when people comment. I literally talk to every single person that comments, and it's storming here. Even the people who say inappropriate things, I even respond back to them because I'm petty as hell. So
yeah. Hey, all comments are good comments in my opinion. Yeah. People talk shit to me too, and I love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's what we're doing. So anyways, thank you everyone also, because all of you are lovely. And I'm usually in the chat with you saying whatever I'm saying. So I appreciate all of you as well. So you're all amazing. It's nice to be welcomed from you all. Yeah. So thank you, chat. And then Rap, you know, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And yeah. And anyways, I just, anytime you meet people that just want to be supportive of what you're doing and seeing your growth and all those things, I'm okay with that. So thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
gotta say, you officially are part of, regardless whether you like it or not. You are Purple Gang, girl. Let's go, PG4L. We got one, Skull Mafia. Let's go. No, shout
I
out
love
to you.
that.
We appreciate you and we love you being part of our community. You know, we're open. Our community, we always welcome people with open arms, unless you're a Packers fan, Lions fan, or Bears fan. But you know, those are obvious reasons. And we do got a couple Lions fans that we respect, but for the most part, you know, it is what it is. Other than that, we accept everybody. We just love people, you know, good people, and you
Yeah.
are one of those. So you fall in that category, and you know your stuff too. Like when we're having these shows, I mean, shoot, like half of these conversations, I'm sure the chat could tell you beating me when you talk the way you talk, and I'm like, damn, I'm learning. You know what I mean? So, and I don't mind admitting that as a man. You feel me? Like I'm like that. Like I love
Oh,
learning
okay.
and I love
See?
being challenged.
This is a good balance. Okay. We got the male ego. Okay. Which I love. And now we have the,
I'm
hey,
humble. I'm humble.
See, I like it.
I'm
I like
humble.
I like what we got going here. All right. We're making
I'm humble, you know,
progress.
real recognize real. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I put my pride to the side as a man. You know, I had to learn, you know, growing up. Sometimes you got to put that pride to the side. You know what I'm saying? And you know, just respect. You know, just like I said, just, you know, real recognize real, and just understanding, you know, me doing my homework on you. You actually do know your ball, and I'm sure everybody in the chat can vouch for that. You know, you're not just up here talking, yapping about things that you really don't know about, trying to fit in. I think it's more of you just kind of know your stuff, and it's an easy fit. Like it's easy to have conversations about ball with you due to that.
Yeah.
So shout out to Really Flawed. Let's go. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to her channel too. Show her love and comment on it, man. Other than that, hey, look, I will say this before we go. I know everybody's leaving out. I just want to leave it with this. That for me, at least, you know, Really Flawed is somebody y'all can go and get a substitute, because for Vikings, y'all know it's about to be the break time where things are going to get really, really slow. And when you have a channel that's centered around the team like the Minnesota Vikings, you already know the news is about to slow down until July 20th, roughly. So yes, I will be doing videos only because that's something I will always do. But as far as live shows, tomorrow morning, me and Coach, we're on at 9 in the morning, 9 Eastern, 8 Central Time, the people that are in Minnesota. So Coffee and Vikings. So tomorrow morning, that show, after that show, the live shows, I don't know. They're going to be up in the air. They'll be random. You know, we just don't know. If things break, we'll talk about it. We'll get on and talk about it. But other than that, it's probably going to be a little more slow. But I know you guys are going to still be here and supporting us and supporting me through that. And then I'm going to tell you, after this 3 weeks goes by, though, man, it's turn up time, baby. We back.
I might be back. I might help you. I might create something and be like, hey, what do you think about this? So
yeah,
who knows?
and reach out to me and we can do it. You know, we can do it. Let's do it. So I love that this show tonight was super, super fun, man. Talking about other than just the Vikings, being able to talk about a little bit of everything. Because I love football in general. So let's get it.
Yeah,
right,
we need to get you talking a little college. That's what we need to do.
I can do it.
I need to bring you into my world a little bit and be like, what do you think about this team?
I'm down for it.
I appreciate everybody. Playback, you're the bomb. Thank you, Playback.
Shout out Playback Gang. Holla at your boy and holla at your girl. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy and holla at your girl. We'll see you later.